Hey Parker. All live. Let me get it set up. There we go. All right. Well, unfortunately, this first game didn't go the way that I wanted, but maybe the second one will. Hey there, Daniel. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, it is. It's still pretty stinking hot. All right. Let me. I got my food that I made, but it's really stinking hot, so I'm trying to let it cool off for a second. At about the end of the first quarter, I'm probably going to put up some of the stuff that I have that I'm letting cool down before I go put it in the refrigerator. So, I'll just let it cool off right there. It definitely didn't go the way that I wanted. Um, Panthers versus Buccaneers. But this is Seattle Seahawks versus 49ers. And so this will determine who's going to be, well, technically it still depends on the Rams. If the Rams lose to the Cardinals, but I mean, that's probably not going to happen. So, because like I said, the Stars are starting. So, if the Rams beat the Cardinals, which they should tomorrow, then whoever loses this game is going to be, well, it depends. If the Seahawks lose, and they'll be the fifth seed. If the 49ers lose, they'll be the sixth seed, and the Rams will play the fourth seed, which may or may not be the Panthers. So if you don't know, it's got turned by the Falcons and Saints game. I'm sorry, I'm still very upset. I'm still very, very upset. So I'm trying to get over that right now, but I don't feel great. I did make me some food, so that'll make me feel a little better. Um, Cooking is a nice, like, I initially wasn't going to be cooking, but I was like, no, I'm going to cook because I feel like I need to, because cooking usually is like a nice therapy for me. Um, make something, but yeah, I'm still very, very ticked off by the way that game ended. But this game, 49ers with the all black, going to kick off to the Seahawks. I'm picking this 49ers to win, but right now I have not been the best at picking games, so who knows? Going to be a fair catch. Well, going to be a kneel down in the end zone. There is a flag, however. I wonder if somebody moved before they're supposed to. Oh, the formation. Okay. I don't know if I like the black uniforms just yet. The black 49ers uniforms. I'm trying to decide if I like it or not. I think it definitely helps the numbers pop. The numbers definitely pop off that black jersey. But I don't know if I like it yet or not. All right, the pistol formation. Gonna have Charbonnet behind him. No, sorry, not Charbonnet. Kenneth Walker behind him. Draws back a pass. Throws to the right. That's gonna be caught. That's gonna be Rashid Shaheed. About a 3-yard gain. It's gonna be second down 7. Hey there, Manuel. How you doing? Sorry about. Sorry. Can't quite see it. Sorry about jinxing it at the start of the stream. I didn't think it would actually happen. Yeah. Well, it did, and now I gotta watch it. So I'm trying to decide when I'm going to get my video out that I want to get out on Sunday, but it is what it is. 14:33 left to go the first quarter. Second down 7. I'm trying to cheer up in a second. Tight end goes to the right. Going to be Hampton Walker, who's going to get up to the 35, to the 40, out of bounds to the 41-yard line. First down 10 for the Seahawks. Good job there by Ken Walker. Yeah, I'm going to try to get, happier, but I'm definitely feeling it right now. Maybe this food will help in a second. I'm going to let it cool off a little bit, then I'll eat some. Especially when we go to commercial break, I'll eat some. First down, Tim at the 41-yard line. Under center, going to send Rashid Shaheed in motion up to the left. Kenneth Walker in the backfield, just gracious. dumps him off for a screen pass to the 45-50, up to the 45, up to the 40, and all the way down to the 38-yard line. First down 10 for the Seahawks. Kenneth Walker already having a great game. First down 10 for 39, under center. Going to send Rasheed Shaheed in motion over to the left. Going to be a handoff to Zach Charbonnet. He's going to try the middle up to 35, all the way down to the 33-yard line. First down 10. No, sorry, not first down 10. I have it close. Second down about 4 for the Seahawks. Once again under center. Second down 4. One tight end to the left. Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. Going to send Jackson Smith and Jake over to the left. Hands off Charbonnet, who is going to be met at the line. Great job there. Is that Upton Stout? No, it's Malik Mustafa. Great job there by Mustafa. It's going to be third down and 4. D. Winters gets there first and is cleaned up there by Mustafa. Shotgun formation, bunch to the right. Now I'm going to send tight end in motion over to the left. Drops back and pass, looks to the right. Now it's going to check it down. It's going to be thrown to the 25-yard line, all the way down to the 24. That's going to be a first down and 10 for the Seattle Seahawks. 11:30 left to go in the first quarter. I'm sorry. I'm really trying to get back into it. I just very disappointed. Under center, I formation with Kenneth Walker in the backfield from the 24-yard line. Going to be a handoff to Kenneth Walker, who's going to cut back to the left, up to the 20, up to about the 15-yard line. Nice game there of 9 yards. This will be second down about 1. Two tight ends to the left. Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. They say Ashley's going to be a second down 2 from the 16-yard line. Going to be a handoff. He's going to size the defender. Going to get the first down up to about the 10-yard line. First and goal for Seattle. And they're just driving on down the field. 10-10 left to go in the first quarter. First and goal. Going to be, let's see here. Under center once again. Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. Going to send Barner in motion up to the left. Drops back to pass and throws for the end zone. And it's going to be incomplete. A little bit over the head, but there is going to be pass interference called. So that's going to be in the end zone. It's going to be first and goal from about like the 1 or 2 yard line. Yeah, Lenore, you got it. You're holding his arm, dude. So first and goal, once again. 9:37 left to go second in his first quarter. From the 1. I formation, really goal line. Overload to the left. Going to be a play action pass, and Sam Darnold's going to get sacked back at the 14. What are you doing? On first and goal from the 1, you decide to do a play action pass, and then he gets sacked back at the 14. Sam. This is exactly the reason why I want to play the Seahawks. But, dude, Sam, what are you doing, dude? He's open. He's wide open. How do you not see Zach? How do you not see Zach Charbonnet? So that's back to the 12-yard line. Still second and goal though. Second and goal from the 12, under center. Going to be a hand of Zach Charbonnet, who is going to get up to the 10 and down to about the 8. Oh, he's getting lifted. The 7 or 8 yard line. Third and goal for Seattle. Again, it was first and goal at the 1, and they decided to do something stupid. Well, it's more so a decision made by Sam Darnold that was stupid, but still. Stupid nonetheless. All right. Shotgun formation. They got to call timeout. Holy crap! They've miscommunication. Everything's going wrong. They didn't call timeout because play clock was at 3 seconds. They weren't even close to being set. So not great. 8:09 left to go in the first quarter. Third and goal. I don't know how you don't like. I don't know. Maybe it was like a mess up like on the play call. Like something was wrong with comms. I don't know, but not getting the play clock in after all you do is just run the ball. That's kind of wild. How you doing there, Zoe? Hello. At the next commercial break, I'm actually going to eat this food that I made. So, nice little therapy of just cooking. So, I feel a little bit better, but I don't still feel the best. But I said I was going to stream it, so I'm going to stream this game. Third and goal from, I think they said, the 7 or the 8 yard line. 8 yard line. Shotgun formation. Zach Charbonnet to his left. Prospect actually going to be a handoff Zach Charbonnet, who's going to get to the 5, and before he gets stonewalled. Absolutely stonewalled. Goodness gracious. They mark him at the 4 yard line. It's 4th and goal from the 4. So Seattle's got to take a chip shot field goal. So Jason Mars continues on with his, I think he's pretty close to getting the most field goals made in a single season. But because like Seattle just cannot deliver in the red zone for some odd reason. No, they're going for it. Okay, well, they don't normally. That's what I'm saying. Through week 17, they have 11%. So shotgun formation. I send Barner in motion over to the inside. Draws back to pass. Throws for the end zone. Incomplete. So instead of taking a 3-0 lead, you come with nothing. Why? All right, I mean, I'm going for the 49ers, so I'm okay if that happens. But, like, that's a dumb decision. That's a very dumb decision. Zoe, sorry for missing the end of the last stream. My phone died, and I was leaving work. Oh, no, you good. Yeah, like I said, it's okay with the Panthers. It is what it is, unfortunately. They're looking for a flag, but they're not going to get that flag. 7:23 left to go in the first quarter, going to commercial break, and I get to eat. So I made me... Like I said, I was going to save it for tomorrow, but I cooked it for today, and then the leftovers, I'll just eat that tomorrow. But I have made me basically deer sausage Alfredo. So having some deer sausage, and then I was like, what do I want to make with this? Well, I haven't tried this yet, so I've done chicken Alfredo all the time, obviously, but I haven't done deer meat Alfredo. And so basically just like, mushrooms, deer meat, sausage cooked up, all different spices that I usually do. Alfredo sauce. I haven't made my own yet, but I was like, I almost did, but I decided not to. And then, so I just store bought and obviously noodles. Oh, go ahead. That's pretty daggum good. That's pretty daggum good. The other bite, I'm gonna answer your question, Barker. Parker, good question. I was talking the wisdom teeth. If it doesn't hurt, then obviously you can wait. I will say, Parker, the longest you wait for wisdom teeth, the harder, the more it hurts, or the more time you have to wait. I mean, like you're still young, so it's not going to hurt you, but definitely, if it starts to hurt, you definitely get your wisdom teeth taken out. What I would probably say is like, whenever you have like a time off, like for school, I would probably get that done then, just because like you'll have time in case like it takes you a little bit while to get back in the swing of things. Like you'll have um, you'll have time to be able to recover. Because I remember when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, I got mine done. It was July 4th of my junior year. Yeah, like my junior year. 23. Okay, okay. Sorry, I thought you were younger. But I mean, you can still get it done like whenever, like say you have time off or more. It'll be more acceptable, not more acceptable, but like more understandable for when you have time off. Christian McCaffrey has about 3 yards carry, but second down 7. But um, like I got mine like my either my sophomore, I think it was going to my junior year, and it was awful because like I said, I got done 4th of July. It's the only time that I had off because I was always doing like summer workouts, that kind of stuff. Um, and I was still able to work, but it was I still felt groggy that first day back. So I don't know how long it's gonna take you to recover, but it's better to try to get it done as soon as you possibly can. But if you don't have to, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Could be a nice game, about 6 yards there on the catch and go by Kyle Juszczyk. It's gonna be about third down, about 3 or 4 for the 49ers. Yeah, it's not a huge thing for wisdom teeth, but like you eventually you got to take them out. 6:14 left to go in the first quarter. Third down 3. Shotgun formation. Christian McCaffrey to his left. Draws back to pass. Got time. Throws, and that's going to be incomplete. Try to get Juwan Jennings. That's going to be 4th and 3. A 3-and-out for the 49ers. And the mess up by the Seahawks doesn't look as bad, but it still looks bad. Like the fact that you had a 4th and goal from the 4, you don't really go for a 4th downs, and all of a sudden you're like, uh, oh, Juwan Jennings just quit on the play. That's what ended up happening. But like, why don't you just take the field goal? I don't understand why they didn't just take the field goal. Why? Like, why? Like, why do I need to get? Why do you need to get your wisdom teeth taken out? Because like, eventually, it's going to cause you more problems. Like, it might not hurt right now, but if your wisdom teeth are like, oh, nice return there by Rashid Shaheed. I was about the 50-yard line. If you wait on your if you weigh on your wisdom teeth, then it can cause other problems with your teeth as far as like pushing your teeth like either like forward, and what that can do is that can like especially like depending on like what kind of pressure is coming in on your jaw, it can mess up with other teeth too. That's more permanent, and so like it can cause you toothaches. It can cause you it can technically cause like your whole entire like tooth to be like kind of like grow like be pushed. It can turn and like you got to either get surgery to fix that or you just have to let it be. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you said you have the wisdom teeth that's like pushing your teeth. You said the impact wisdom teeth. Like it's not imperative to get it done right now, but eventually you would definitely get it done. Just because like it can cause you more of a bill to get your teeth fixed if it's already starting to grow in at a weird angle and cause your teeth to move. So like there was I'm trying to think I don't remember the person's name, I don't remember the person's name, but some from my hometown. Basically, they were like, it didn't hurt, and they just waited, waited. But because they kept on putting pressure, like it started to impact their teeth. Now they were also younger. They were also younger, so it didn't really hurt that much to get it done. Um, but like I said, it's still like if you wait a long time, like let's just say if you wait like a couple of years, something like that. Wait a couple of years, and the problem just gets worse and worse and worse. But if you wait until like the summertime or something like that to get it done, then that still should be fine. Like a couple of months is not going to be that bad. If you wait like years, then it probably will get to be a problem for your teeth. I'm gonna eat some more of my food because I only had 2 bites, and I'm also hungry. But yeah, yeah, mine was not that bad, but um, I also had to work while doing it. Technically, I had some OxyContin because like for the pain. Um, so I was technically I had taken OxyContin while I was still working. So that was an interesting experience. Obviously, this was like way back when I was like 17 years old. When I was working actually at Oscars, what I was talking about before when I was cooking. So because the face mask, instead of being at the 50, it's at 35-yard line. So first down 10 from 35-yard line, I formation. Kid Walker in the backfield. Going to send Barner in a motion over to the right. And going to be a handoff to Kenneth Walker, who's going to get up to about the 32-yard line. So now getting there 3 yards. Second down 7. Uh-oh. My TV's buffering. Oh, there we go. Oh, still good? Why is it buffering? All right, we're still good. Sam Darnold throws to the left, and it's going to be... No, it's not. It's not great because now it's buffering a lot. Crap. Okay. Well, Spectrum, why are you doing that? I have no idea what happened because unfortunately, like I said, it's buffering. Third down 2, so it's a 5-yard gain. All right, let me... Okay, I think we're good. Well, no, we're still buffering. Come on, stop buffering. I say stop buffering like I can do anything about it. I really can't. Under center with Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. Going to send Cooper Kupp into motion. From the 27-yard line, I still can't see what's happening, unfortunately. Zach Charbonnet's all the way to touch. Oh, I completely missed a touchdown. I completely missed a touchdown because my TV keeps on buffering. That's stupid. Well, it's a 27-yard touchdown run by Zach Charbonnet. Goodness gracious. I don't know why my thing is buffering, but it is. Hopefully it'll stop. All right. I'm gonna get Impact Wizard out when I'm 30 years old. If your dentist says it's okay, then obviously, like I said, then I would definitely go with that. But 7 years, I don't know, if it's not causing you any problems and it's not really causing your teeth that many problems, but it's just something that like eventually you gotta do, then I guess so. But I will say, like I said, the longer you wait, the more like the long time it is to recover. That's what I've been told. Because there was a parent who had never had to get their wisdom teeth taken out until they were 40, and they had to get it taken out, and then they were out for like a day. So they couldn't go to work. They were out for a day. Like while I was able to still go to work, I just had to take medicine. He had to be out for a whole entire day. But like I said, if it's not causing you problems, then yeah, Um, I definitely would wait then. It is interesting. Like it's one of those things like you have to get done. Like, well, eventually you have to get done. Like wisdom teeth, like that's like a common thing people have to do. Obviously, you have like the weird, like those, like the funny videos of people who like are on like the laughing gas and whatnot when they have to wake back up. Um, Mine was I for some odd reason was talking about how fast they were doing it, and I was comparing it to like I never watched NASCAR in my life, but I was talking about like it was like a pit crew, it was like zoo, 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 and I was like off my rocker because I couldn't control anything that I was saying. I was just saying some like random stuff. But yeah, I was talking about how fast they were doing it, and I was talking about how I was feeling. But mine wasn't like really all that weird. My reaction to getting off the laughing gas. Ooh, forgot to mention. So Thursday and Friday of this week, well, technically next week, because Sunday's the start of the new week. I will be streaming the semifinal games. Forgot to mention that. So I will be streaming the semifinal games for the college football playoff, and then that Saturday and Sunday I will be streaming the wild card games, which will be interesting too because like normally the wild card games happen on Martin Luther King weekend, but not this weekend. So you've got like um, you're gonna have like three games on each day. So that's gonna be a very busy weekend. Goodness gracious. Look at George Seifert. Yep, George Seifert. Sorry, he took over for Bill Walsh. Yeah, those absolutely stacked 49ers teams. All right, so 4:29 left in the first quarter. Now we're done. Now we're not buffering anymore. 7-0 from the 35-yard line. Shotgun formation. Chris McCaffrey to his right. Going to be a hand to Chris McCaffrey, who's going to get up to about the 37-yard line. So not much gain there. It's 2 yards. Second down and 8. Sorry. My nose. Zoe. Okay, I wanted to mention the last stream, but my phone died. So while I haven't tried cinnamon and spaghetti, I've tried cinnamon on another meat dish before, and it's actually very good. Really. I'm kind of scared to try it, but I don't know. I mean, maybe they know what they're talking about, but I don't. I just don't know if I'm going to try it or not. Second down 8. Drops back to pass, bringing the blitz. Picked up. Brock Purdy is going to be sacked for about a 2-yard loss, and that's going to be, is that Derek Hall? Let's freaking go. Derek Hall, Auburn man, love him to death. It's going to be third down 10. Well, third down like 9. Dang, I got to work on the semifinals of the CFP. Can you hate on Ole Miss for me? Can someone else do it in the absence? Well, I will be rooting for Ole Miss. Sorry, I gotta root for the SEC. I gotta hope that the SEC can make it to the national title because there's already going to be a Big Ten team. Drops back to pass, sides to the defender, checks it down, so he comes to the 40, and he is going to be short. It'll be fourth down and about 2. Try to get there to Zerwan Jennings. No, yes. Fourth down 2, under 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter, and it looks like the 49ers are punting this ball away. Yep. All right. Well, not great. 2 straight 3-and-outs for the 49ers' red-hot offense. Fair caught about the 17-yard line, 17 18-yard line. I just do it in my head. What did it say? Oh, who's your nation? Come on, Emmanuel. You gotta root for the little guy. Indiana's coming off of a very good season last year. So was Ole Miss. So was Miami. So was Oregon. But still, Root for the SEC. That's what we got. That's what we got to hope for. Well, I mean, like at this point, it's pretty much guaranteed that the SEC is taking a back seat to the Big Ten the last 3 years, which is not great, but it is what it is. And here's the thing, like I'm cool with either one of these teams winning because all head coaches will win their first. Well, one of the head coaches will win their first national title. Also, crazy coincidence, all four of them were on Nick Saban's staff at one point or another. So Kirk Cignetti was on Nick Saban's staff when Saban first got to Bama. He was there from like 2007 to 2012. And then you got Dan Lanning, defensive guy, under Kirby Smart at Bama, and then leaves from Alabama to go to Georgia under Kirby Smart. Mario Cristobal, offensive line coach for Alabama, I believe at the same exact time as Kirk Cignetti. I think I might be have my years wrong. And then Pete Golding was the defensive coordinator for Alabama, especially like those later championship years, like 2000, like I think it was like 2018, 2019, 2020, somewhere there. Pete Golding was the defensive coordinator, something like that. So that's also kind of fascinating. Is that all four? I mean, even if Kirby Smart had won, it would have been Nick Saban. But still, that's a little interesting. That's all of Nick Saban's like people. I want to make a friendly wager now. Okay, since my football season is over tomorrow, it has to be on who wins the Miami versus Ole Miss game. Can you think of anything we can bet for? I don't know. I'll check. I'll think about it in a second. From the 18-yard line, I formation, tight end to the left. Gonna be a handoff to Ken Walker to 20 to the 5th, 25 up to the 30, up to the 35, all the way down to the 38-yard line. First down and 10 for Seattle. What exactly do you mean bet on there, Emmanuel? Obviously, I want Ole Miss to win. Obviously, you want Miami to win. So what do you mean exactly? First down 10 from 38-yard line. Seattle so far is going to have their way, except for when they got in their own way. Under center, Kenneth Walker in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to him. He's going to cut back. Oh, actually, he's only going to get a yard. Try and make some more cuts, but the 49ers pretty good stopping his cutback lane. Shotgun formation. Zach Charbonnet to his right. Draws back to pass. And throws across the middle. Caught by JSN up to about the 49-yard line. First down 10 for Seattle. About 55 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 7-0. See if maybe we get I'll probably get like one more play. Probably run here. They've been running the whole entire game pretty much, but they got like 87 yards in the first quarter alone. Overloaded to the left. Going to send Cooper Kupp to the left. Under center, going to be a handoff to Zach Charbonnet, who just met the line. Still spins forward for about a yard, but it'll be second down and 9, 22 seconds. That'll be the end of the first quarter. All right. Manuel. If Miami wins, you do something I want. If Ole Miss wins, you something you want. If Ole Miss wins, I'll change my YouTube name to something Panthers, making fun of the Falcons, and like that. Oh my goodness. It's the end of the first quarter. Never got a flag because they technically false started. Um, I don't mind wagering. I just don't know what to wager because neither one of us are like fans of the team. Like it would make sense if it was like Falcons and Panthers. Since you're a Falcons fan, I'm a Panthers fan. Um, I don't know. 'Cause I don't have like anything other than I don't have anything other than Auburn and Panthers here. I don't know. Wow, in the first quarter. Was in the first. I'm eating, and then we can put the pasta for a second. Mm. Okay, so obviously I stream. So if Miami wins, I gotta buy something for Miami, like a Miami shirt, wear a Miami shirt for the national title. So that's what I'll do. If Miami wins, I gotta wear something like that says something about the U, about Miami football, something like that. So I'll wear that for the stream. So you said what if Ole Miss wins, you'll do what? If Ole Miss wins, I'll change my YouTube name to something Panthers. I don't know. Because I still have to know it's you for a second. That'll take me a little while to get to remember that it's you. I don't know what else. Um, because the season will be over by that point. Well, hold a second. Okay. It also depends on what happens tomorrow. Okay, so Emmanuel, if if the Falcons win tomorrow, and the Panthers, um, if the Falcons win tomorrow, and the Panthers win the NFC South, then if Ole Miss wins, you can't say anything at all bad about the Panthers. You can't say anything at all bad about the Panthers. It's got to be like all positive of the Panthers. Can't say a single thing. And if Miami wins, I gotta wear a Miami shirt. I gotta buy a Miami shirt and wear it for the national title game. Does that sound good? Start of the second quarter, second down of 15. Drops back a pass, checks it down to JSN, who makes a man miss and gets up to about the 40. Oh my gosh, down the sideline. Up to the 10-5 touchdown JSN. Holy crap, dude. Did they mark him out of bounds? Ah, man, they marked him out of bounds. He's in, he's in, he's in, out. Yeah, right there. He got the first down, though. He did get the first down. I'm down for whatever. I'm not limited to name change. The only problem with the name change, Emmanuel, is that I would have to get used to the name change. Cause like right now, I'm used to Trainer Ruffles. Because before it was something different, wasn't it? It was something different for a second, and then I had to get used to it. Or I think that was the case. Not for sure. From the 37-yard line, it'll be handed to Zach Charbonnet, who's going to get up to about 35, to about the 30, and down about the 29. Not 29. Yeah, the 26-yard line. First down 10 for Seattle. And they're just running roughshod. They're running roughshod on the 49ers. Outside of the Seahawks being stupid on first and goal from the one, they have pretty much handled this. 14-15. Let's go to the second quarter. Under center. Zach Sherman in the backfield. from the 26. Sends Barner in motion up to the left. Going to be a play action pass, and Sam Darnold's going to scramble around, throws on the run, and incomplete pass, second down and 10. I missed your last message, Zoe? Let me check to see. Oh, yes, I did. My bad. And pasticcio, a Greek a dish kind of similar to lasagna, though, in my biased opinion, infinitely superior. LOL. Okay. The meat sauce portion is seasoned with cinnamon. It adds an aromatic warmth and richness to it. So it's a Greek thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed your last message there, Zoe. I thought I read it, but I didn't. My bad. Going to be a 2-yard loss by Seattle there, so it'll be third down and long. Oregon football going to win national championship the game this year. Maybe, possibly. Indiana did beat Oregon before this year, so maybe the new year, maybe Oregon can get the revenge. Wait, what was my end of the deal? You suggested I can't say anything bad about the Panthers if what happens? If the Panthers win the division. So if the Falcons win tomorrow and the Panthers are the winners of the NFC South, you can't say anything bad about the Panthers when I stream the wild card game. That'll be the thing. Up to 30 and great tackle by the 49ers. Basically, it's going to be fourth downs out to kick a field goal. Basically, the two semifinal games are Thursday and Friday of this upcoming week. So by Sunday, tomorrow, if we know the Panthers are the winners of the NFC South, then, like I said, we'll do that. Or we could just make it flat out just whoever wins the division, you can't say anything bad about them. So you can't say anything bad about the Buccaneers, or you can't say anything bad. Holy crap, he missed it. Jason Myers missed it. I just was talking because I just figured he would make it. He missed it. Wow. He doesn't really miss a lot. So still 7-0. But like I said, we can make it right now. Whoever wins the division, you can't say anything bad about them when I stream the wild card game. So that'll be the deal. Because like I said, we'll know who wins the division obviously tomorrow, and then you have Thursday. I think is the Ole Miss Miami game, or I have it switched around, and then Oregon Indiana's on Thursday or Friday. I can't remember which one it is. And then obviously, like I said, you have Saturday, Sunday will be the wild card games. Are you upset that the Georgia Bulldogs football season is over with? No. Look, Parker, Emmanuel might be, but I am not. I am satisfied that the Georgia Bulldogs are done with, because then I don't have to worry about them winning a national title again, because they've already won 2 since our last one. So I've always got to hear about that. So I am not upset at all that Georgia lost. Now, do I think that Georgia had a better shot of beating Miami? Sure, but I will gladly root for Ole Miss. I can easily root for Ole Miss the rest of the way. I can easily root for Ole Miss the rest of the way, but it'd be very hard for me to cheer for Georgia. That's for sure. Emmanuel, if the Panthers win, it wouldn't be too hard to not say anything bad. The Bucks, on the other hand, yeah, that one would be harder. That would be harder for sure, especially like I said. We both don't love old the Buccaneers. But I mean, it's like a friendly thing, and like if I get to buy anything, I'm not too worried. I would get it like Amazon, and I get it relatively close. Hello, how you doing? How you doing? So far, it's been all Seattle, by the way. I've already mentioned how, like, been 2 3 and outs for the 49ers. But the fact that the Seattle Seahawks just keep on shooting themselves in the foot, we're still only a 7-0 game. That's still pretty well. Shotgun formation. Christian McCaffrey to his left, and going to be a little check down to George Kittle up to the 40, and up to about the 43-yard line. So a nice game there. It'll be second down about 5. Hopefully they can get a first down. Hopefully. Go Niners. Hey, I'm rooting for the Niners. I'm hoping they win. I would rather the Niners win because then my prediction will be correct. Because I picked at the very beginning of the season, 49ers, with as bad a schedule they had, would go 13-4 and be the number 1 seed. So if that comes true, I look like a genius. But maybe not. I don't know. But right now it's 7-0. Second down and 4, actually. From the 33-yard line. Shotgun formation. Drops back to pass. Brock Purdy checks down Chris McCaffrey. He's up to the 50 and all the way down by the 47-yard line. Nice job there by Chris McCaffrey. The 49ers get their first down. Emmanuel, you know what? You got yourself a deal. I win, you get a Miami thing. You win, I have to can't say anything bad about the NFC South winner. Actually, that's a good little motivation. Because I'd rather not have to buy anything, but if I do, I mean, it won't be that hard. First down 10 from the 48-yard line. Going to be a rollout. It's going to be a check down to Juwan Jennings, who's going to get slung down by Tariq Woolen. I think that should be a yard loss. Second down 11. 11 minutes left to go in the second quarter. It's going to be Niners versus Pats Super Bowl. Now, that would be interesting. I don't know. I have my doubts about the Patriots in the playoffs. One, because, yes, as much as I like Mike Vrabel as a head coach, and I think that he probably close to getting, Coach of the Year, I'm very concerned about who they've gone up against, and then when they go up against a really good defense, say the Houston Texans or something like that. So, I don't know. 49ers maybe. I think the injuries eventually get up to them. Holy crap, dude. Who is that? Thomas? Dude, Thomas absolutely just rocked his world. That's Juwan Jennings got absolutely crushed. A little bit of hospital pass there. Third down 11. And then, got knocked down to the ground. There. Yeah, like I said, Niners, the injuries eventually might get caught up to you. But it would be nice if y'all win the 1 seed, and all of a sudden you have basically home field advantage throughout literally the whole entire playoffs if you win it out because you would host the Super Bowl. So, would be interesting. I don't know if it'll happen, but I think these playoffs are going to be very, very fun for sure. Shotgun formation. Now it's going to be empty set and brings Christian McCaffrey over. Drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Is going to scramble. Is going to get to about the 45 and goes out to the left side. He's going to get so close. But I think it's going to be 4th and 1. Yes. 4th and 1. Obviously, they're going to be going for it. But great job there. Brock Purdy making something out of nothing. Gains 10 yards. I don't know the way I said that. 10 yards. 10-10 left to go in the second quarter. Still 7-0, but 4th and 1, very important, and Juwan Jennings comes back onto the field. I think the black jerseys are growing on me. I think I like it now. I just love the way the numbers pop off of it. The numbers just pop off of it. It's really nice. Challenge flag is thrown by Seattle. I mean, I don't know what you're going to get. You're going to get they's not that close. So it'll be 4th and 2. I mean, that's kind of a weird challenge to throw, but okay. All right. So while they're waiting, I'll be eating because I keep on not having enough time. I mean, I made it right before the stream, in between streams of the Panthers Seahawks game, so didn't have that much time, but still. Let's see. Yeah. It'll be 4th and 3. Wait, they were giving it? Okay, so instead of being it's still 4-1, Seattle charges another timeout. They'll have one more remaining. Under center, two tight ends to the right. Now gonna be to the left. Gonna be a flash and pass, and Brock Purdy is gonna try to avoid the rush throws. Incomplete. Two fourth down tries, well, one by each team. A little confusing. I don't hate at least the 49ers ones. Like, it's more egregious to go for it on what actually no it was more egregious to go for it on fourth and go from the 4. And you could easily just get a field goal. This one makes a little more sense, but like, dude, you wouldn't have been able to make a field goal. Eddie Pinheiro doesn't have that kind of leg, but still 7-0, still 7-0. And we're at commercial break. I've been thinking. I will say, Zoe, I think you convinced me. I'm gonna try to do send the next time to do spaghetti. Now, I don't do spaghetti a lot, but I might try it. Cause like so, obviously, if a lot of Midwesterners like it, maybe it might be good. I don't know. I also don't use cinnamon that much, but you know. Is this on the ESPN website? Um, I don't know. I don't really like said I got cable. Well, I got Spectrum, and so like I just watch it on ESPN. Maybe it might be on the ESPN website. I'm not sure. I mean, I just have like the scoreboard on here, just because like in case like someone walks in, like comes in, and I haven't already said what the score is, they can just look and see like, oh, this is what the score is, but or they forget. But I don't know. Maybe it might be on the ESPN. I know it's probably on the ESPN app. I mean, usually, like I said, like the Monday Night Football games, those kind of stuff. Like this is ESPN. ESPN2 has the Peyton Eli. So I would assume it's also on the website, but I'm not sure. I don't usually visit the website that much unless it's like um, unless it's just like maybe seeing some stories, but I don't really look at ESPN that much. From a 39-yard line, going to be a play action pass by Sam Darnold. Throws down the field, caught by JSN up to about the 42-yard line. First down 10 for Seattle. Great job there by JSN. 9:20 left to go in the second quarter. Still 7-0. Seattle's been shooting themselves in the foot, but who knows? Maybe. Just know, Ryan, a little cinnamon goes a long way. I kind of figured you didn't want to go too much because it'd be too overpowering. But like I said, I don't do a lot of spaghetti, but maybe the next time I will, I'll try it. I'll let y'all know. Under center, Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. Going to be a handle. Zach Charbonnet is going to try to cut to the 40, and he gets absolutely slammed. Goodness gracious. Gains 2 yards, but Malik Collins was like, nah, no, we're not doing that. Second down 10. Fifth QB in NFL history to win 13-plus games of 2 straight seasons with Sam Darnold. And that's also interesting, too, because he'll be the first one to do it for 2 different teams, like in the back-to-back seasons. Under center from the 40-yard line. Going to be a handoff to Kenneth Walker, who's going to get about the 36 yard line. It's going to be third down, but third down in about 3 or 4. The third down and 4. All right. 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter, still 7-0. So far, we've had a missed opportunity on the goal line for Seattle. Had to go for a 4th and goal, didn't make it. And missed field goal. So it's been very much all Seattle. However, they have been having little miscues. So let's see here. Going to be shotgun formation with Kenneth Walker to his left. Drops back a pass and get immediate pressure, and he's going to escape the pocket. He's going to get the first down up to about the 31-yard line. Nice job there by Sam Darnold. 7:20 left to go in the second quarter. First down 10. I mean, Bradford, goodness gracious, how bad do you got to be? It's got to be a miscommunication with him in the center, because, like, ain't no way you see a linebacker right in the middle and you're like, let's just not even touch him. And the clock has stopped. Why has the clock stopped? Oh, his defender is down. Oh, my bad. A 49ers player is down. That's why the clock stopped. And we're going to commercial break. I did a really good job. I just say, cooking to me is like a little bit of therapy. Because you got to put the labor in, labor of love, and then you get to enjoy what you made. And, like, I don't know, something about it's kind of relaxing. So, and also I'm good at it, so that helps too. But yeah, I'm still a little peeved about earlier today. I don't know, dude. Like, the fact that we, for some odd reason, did a flea flicker when we were like driving down the field, and that turned into a fumble. That's a missed opportunity. And that's really the one that like really stings, because like that's the one that like you can easily point at. The Bryce interception, I think that's just a dumb play call, because one, I don't mind y'all running outs, but like if you know that they're still kind of playing close in coverage, they're playing a lot of man. Why in the world are we doing an out if they're playing a lot of man and you can't throw like a bullet pass because of the conditions? Like you're basically throwing a floater. Like that's just asking to be picked off. And those two really tick me off, but the flea flicker one's the one that really ticks me off, because it's like we could have easily gotten a field goal out of that situation, because we were like at the 20-something yard line. I mean, even if we don't do anything, it would have been like a 30-something, like a 37, 38-yard field goal. And it's like, that's a huge, we lose by 2 points. That right there is the game. Like, I don't know, dude. I'm upset, but I'll be fine by tomorrow. And I feel better now after some time has passed, but I'm still thinking about what could have been. And what still could be. Like I said, I'll be streaming the Atlanta Falcons game. So from a 31-yard line, first down 10, 7:05 to go in second quarter. Going to be a handoff to Kenneth Walker, who's going to get in the middle. Going to be down to about the 25, 24-yard line. Be second down about 3, maybe, possibly. Depends on the spot. It's been all Seattle. Like, very much all Seattle. All right, under center, Kenneth Walker in the backfield. 2 tight ends to the left. Going to be a handoff to Kenneth Walker, who's got a whole lot of room, all up to the 20-yard line. First down 10 for Seattle, that 5-yard run by Kenneth Walker. However, there is a flag, so this could be holding him back him on up. Let's see. Holding on the offense. So instead of being first down 10, it's going to be second down and about, depending on the spot where the flag happened. That was Gray Zabel, the rookie. Let's see here. That was a huge hold. Let's see here. Against the linebacker. Yep. Yep. Oh, that's a bad one, too. All you gotta do is just wash him down, Gray. Dude, all you gotta do is wash him down. I don't know why in the world you're going full. Anyways, second and 11. 6-11. Let's go second quarter. Under center. Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. Draws back to pass. And is going to throw to the left. And it's going to be caught by Barner up to about the 33. No, not 33. 27-yard line, I think. It's going to be third down about 5, though. Third down 6. Am I streaming? Oh, sorry. Am I streaming Ravens versus Steelers? Yes, tomorrow night. I will be streaming. So I'll be streaming 2 games tomorrow night. Well, not tomorrow night, but tomorrow. Saints versus Falcons to determine who's going to win the NFC South. And then, like I said, I'll be streaming the Ravens Steelers. Shotgun formation. Running back 2 is right. And Sam Darnold is going to get some kind of pressure. Throws to the left side. And it's going to be almost picked off. In double coverage. Incomplete. 4th and 6. And somehow, some way, 49ers keep on sticking in there. Now, it's still 4th down. Going to kick a field goal. Jason Myers did miss his first one. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this one. Bernardo Green got burnt, but unfortunately kind of was thrown up there like a prayer. It is a little windy. This is a 45-yard field goal. He already missed a 47. Jason Myers' kick is up, and kick is going to be good. So, 10-0. 5:19 left to go in the second quarter. Now, 49ers do start the ball in the second half. So, if they're able to get a drive together to score something, then there you go. But we're going to commercial break. Yes, Parker. So, I'm kind of conflicted. On one hand, me personally, I want the Ravens to win because, I don't know, I want to see Lamar versus the Texans more than likely. I think the Texans are going to beat the Colts. So, I'd rather have that than old man Rodgers versus the Texans. So, Ravens versus Texans, I like that a lot better. On the other hand, my sister is a Steelers fan, and she really wants the Steelers to win, though she doesn't like Aaron Rodgers as a person, but she still wants the Steelers to win. So it's like, do I want to root for what my sister wants the outcome of, or what I want for as far as like a playoff game? So I'm like, weighing the options, and I'm like, nah, I'll still be rooting for the Ravens to win. But I'm good with either option. Like I said, either option still is going to create a whole bunch of talking points for the NFL because with the Ravens and with the Steelers and the coaching situation and how things have been going the last couple of years, like, I don't know exactly what's going to go down. Like, I'm not like some insider or anything like that. But I do think that what some people have said, there is some smoke, like where there's smoke, there's usually fire. If the Steelers lose, and they're 9-8 again, and with the way things have been said by Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure he's been in talks with Mike Tomlin. He would want to come back to the Steelers if Mike Tomlin's the head coach. But Mike Tomlin is the head coach, like, does he want to come back to the Steelers? Or is he going to retire? Who knows? Like I said, his whole entire thing is kind of up in the air. But I am fascinated to see what happens with the team that loses. Because on Monday, it's going to be some people losing their jobs, and I think there's going to be some surprises for sure. Kick's underway, and it's going to be out of bounds. Ooh. Knocked in and then went out of bounds. So we first down 10 from like the 40, 45-yard line. That's actually great news for the 49ers. That's actually really great news. Take another bite. So first down 10 from the 40. Yeah, from the 40-yard line. Drop back to pass. Screen pass. George Kittle. He's going to lose 5 yards. Great job there by Nick Imawari, the rookie. Second down and 15. They did not block that well at all. All right, so who missed their blocking assignment against Nick Imawari? That's who I want to know. All right, left tackle. No, left tackle, you got to get over there, dude. You got to get over there. Obviously missing Trent Williams is hurting the 49ers right now. So, second down 16, actually. Draws back to pass. Brock Purdy's going to check it down to Christian McCaffrey. He gets about 6 yards back. This will be third down 10. Devon Witherspoon with the tackle. Still 10-0. Third down 10. 4:20 left to go in the second quarter. 49ers offense has been very much stymied so far this game. Shotgun formation. Gonna send Juwan Jennings into motion over to the right now, back over to the left. Draws back to pass, steps in the pocket, is going to roll out to his left, throws in the run. Caught this with Juwan Jennings up the first down, up to the 45 and out of bounds. Well, he kind of stepped backwards, but 3:51 left to go in the second quarter, and first down 10 for the Panthers. Panthers, 49ers. Goodness gracious, my bad. I just so used to calling the Panthers game. That's what I called before, and, you know. Great job there by Brock Purdy avoiding the pressure. Also, why are both of them all around the same as I don't know. Anyways, gonna be a handoff to Brian Robinson. He's gonna try left side to the 45 and keeps on pushing. Gets him out of the 43-yard line, and it's gonna be second down at about 4 or 5, depending on the spot. Still got plenty of time left to go in the second quarter. Second and 4. 3:04. Let's go in the second quarter. Letting Chris McCaffrey get a little bit of a break. They'll probably run here. Got 2 tight ends to the right. Total of 57 total yards for this 49ers offense is not great. Going to be a play action pass and throws, and that's going to be caught. It's going to be George Kittle up to about the 36-yard line. Great job by George Kittle. One, fantastic job by Brock Purdy avoiding the pressure and just basically throw it as he's jumping up in the air. George Kittle, able to kind of sneak his way for the first down. That's amazing. So, getting immediate pressure by Lawrence, asked to just jump and throw. Great catch by George Kittle. And then he's kind of avoids the pressure from Nick and Mawari to be able to get the first down. That's a great throw. Pistol formation. Got Chris McCaffrey. Nope, actually shotgun formation. Chris McCaffrey to his right. And now we're at 2-minute warning. I want the Ravens to win because holy collapses. IDK, who was worse, the Steelers or the Bucks? Colts. Colts was the worst one for sure. They had a 90-something% chance to get in. That's how wild it was. And I called it, but I didn't call it for the right reasons. I just knew the Colts were getting to their toughest part of the schedule. I didn't foresee that Daniel Jones would also get hurt. I believe in the Texans making the playoffs all the way back when they were 3-5. And I was convincing Luke to try to get back on the bandwagon because you thought the season was over. I was like, no. I was like, you're going through an easier stretch. Your defense doing good. Hopefully your offense come around. And I said the Colts were about to drop off. I didn't see the Jaguars going on a little bit of a run, so I did not calculate that. But I did calculate Texans going on a run and the Colts falling apart. So if the Broncos win, they automatically get the first seed. So how it's working right now is Broncos and Patriots have the same exact record. But if I remember correctly, Broncos have the better AFC record by one game. So if the Broncos lose, Patriots win, then obviously the Patriots have a better record overall, and so they would be the number one seed. But the Chargers are resting their starters, so that's not really saying much because of how the Chiefs basically backups did against the Broncos. But just letting you know that there's a high possibility the Broncos do win against the Chargers backup to give Justin Herbert a little bit of time to be off because Herbert's been hit a lot. So it makes sense why they resting their starters. They're pretty much not guaranteed, but they're pretty much going to be the 7th seed. It's very much like Texans are playing the Colts, where Colts are playing Phillip Rivers, so they should beat the Colts. And then the Bills are playing the Jets. So you should, in theory, be able to beat the Jets. So I guess the Chargers are kind of looking at that like, well, we can't really move up, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll rest some of our starters. Going to be a handoff to Christian McCaffrey. He's going to cut back to the right, get to the 35, 34-yard line. So it'll be second down to about 7 if they gave 3. 150. Let's go to the second quarter. Still 10-0. But 49ers are in great field range. Really? Most career receptions in 49ers history, George Kittle just passed Terrell Owens with that catch. That's incredible. I mean, he has been there since 2017, so I guess that makes sense. 2017, 2020. Yeah, that's about 8 years. Yeah, that makes sense because Terrell Owens was at the 49ers for about, 6, maybe 8 years. Throws back to George Kittle. All that for, 6 yards. Third down, 1. Well, actually, that depends on the spot. Wait, no. Oh, that was Christian McCaffrey that got that. My bad. So, third down and 3. 117. Let's go second quarter. 49ers are in field goal range. Just want to let that be known. But obviously, want a little bit more. D. Winters is going to the locker room. That's not good. That's pretty crappy. From the 30-yard line, shotgun formation. Actually, not going to be empty set. Christian McCaffrey goes to the line of scrimmage. Drops back to pass. Nice little chip by Christian McCaffrey. Brock Purdy's going to scramble, but unfortunately he got tripped up, and he's going to be back in the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 3. 1:09 left to go in the second quarter, and a timeout is called by the Seahawks. They have no more timeouts, but they will get the ball back after this field goal attempt. Jerry Rice was an old Niners receptions leader. No. Jerry Rice definitely was. Jerry Rice has more than double, but George Kittle moved to second. So for a while it was Terrell Owens, but George Kittle moved to second. It's 593 to 592, and then Jared Jones over here with 1,000, it's 1,300 something. It's not even close. Jerry Rice for sure is going to keep that record. There's a lot of unbreakable records. That's one of those. He's not going to do that. All right, so this is a 48-yard field goal attempt by Eddie Pinheiro. Well within his range. Wind is not blowing. Trying to make it a 7-point game. And kick is up, and kick is pushing, but it's going to be good. 10-3, 106 left to go in the second quarter. So 49ers, you get to a 1-score game. You are going to start with the ball second half. So if you can get a stop here, hopefully, like I said, the Seahawks have no timeouts. But they do have like 106 left to go in the game. That's another go in the game in the first half. I'm still eating my food. I think I made a little bit much, but I am also hungry, so I'll be good. Ah, shoot. That gum, I keep on spilling all over myself. So far, it's very much been like a defensive battle, but also some mishaps by Seattle's side. I'll say that too. Seattle's been kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Kickoff return from about the 30-yard line to 20, 25, up to 30, up to 35. Great job there with Rashid Shaheed. 1 minute left to go in the second quarter, and Seattle has great field position. So some D winners going to the locker room questionable with an ankle injury. All right, from 35. Shotgun formation, Charbonnet to his right. Sam Darnold so far 9 for 12 for 89 yards. Drops back to pass, gets some pressure, and he's going to get sacked back at the 28-yard line. And is that who I think it is? It's, I can't remember how you say his name. What? It starts with the O. How do you say his name? I got to see his name for me to be able to spell it. Oquananon? I definitely butchered that so hard. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I butchered that too hard. The Google division stands show that the Hawks and the Niners have secured playoff positioning. That doesn't seem right. No. They have secured a playoff berth, but not playoff positioning. Oh my gosh, AJ Barnes absolutely just stiff on the mess out of a dude. 13 seconds, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Yep. Okay, it's going to go into halftime. All right. It's going to halftime. So 10-3, very defensive-minded kind of game, but still a good game nonetheless. Jesus Christ. I have never ate before in my life. Anyways, obviously, Seattle, you kind of shot yourself in the foot, but you're up 7 points. All you got to hope for is that you're able to continue to dominate on defense, not up any good plays, and don't make any more mistakes. If you don't make any more mistakes, I think Seattle wins this game. I'm hoping they don't. I'm hoping that the 49ers are the ones that we play. Well, no. 49ers win and then we won't play them. But I just pick the 49ers to win. I'll say this. If I'm Seattle, I'm very concerned. On the one hand, been dominating all game. On the other hand, this is also a pretty good offense that has started to kind of get a little bit of rhythm. If they come out strong in the second half and they score a touchdown, make a 10-10 game, the pressure's now on Sam Darnold, and I would not trust Sam Darnold. Just saying. It's very problematic. Problematic, that's what I'm looking for. It's very much a problem that Sam Darnold not really the last two because technically the Rams game was before them. But in the Panthers game, really kind of showed like his past self. Where like near the end of the regular season, he's starting to kind of like show some of the rust, and that's why I'm concerned for Seattle in the playoffs. Like, is that Sam going to show up? Because it has been. Is the Sam that is going to make mistakes? Is the Sam that is going to show where, hey, we need to make a play right here. Oh, I'm actually going to throw a pick. I need to make a play here. Oh, I'm actually going to get sacked. It was first and goal, and we decided to do a play action pass. Well, instead of me throwing it away, actually, I'm going to just, I'm just going to take a sack. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm surprised that Seattle has noticed that and try to go back to the run game, because that's what I would do. You got two talented running backs, and that haven't really been stopped yet. So if I'm Seattle, I'm just leaning back on that, leaning back on the run, leaning on the fact you got a really good defense that's going to be able to limit this offense. But if you put the ball in Sam's hands, is he going to deliver? He did against the Rams, but he didn't have to against the Panthers, and that was to his benefit because the Panthers gave the ball away twice. So, but still. Also, Manuel, what do you mean by the Google division stands? And I really think you mean like that they say that they're in the playoffs, but not saying that their positioning is concrete. Because it's definitely not. At this point, I'm just eating the meat and cheese, so I'm not like you know what's going for. I have noodles just fall everywhere. Okay, so obviously Seattle is keying on Chris McCaffrey. You see Nick McWorry. See other people be lined up with Chris McCaffrey. So obviously that's their plan is like if we limit Chris McCaffrey, we can limit this offense. So they're gonna have to find creative ways to try to get Chris McCaffrey the ball or use him as a decoy. You're gonna have other people step up, but I think 49ers obviously have a little disadvantage with like the offensive line versus defensive line. So I think you can try to run the ball with Chris McCaffrey because obviously like you have run the ball effectively and you can do flash passes off of that. But I'm excited to see them try to let Brock use his legs a little bit too because that's kind of worked a little bit. Unfortunately, the gas kind of gotten closed on him, but yeah. I'm trying to think of the way for my prediction to be right. Okay, so now they're just showing the Panthers Bucks game. I don't really want to see that. All right, I'm gonna go put up my food that I made actually a little for tomorrow. We're gonna put that in the refrigerator. I'll be back in a second. I hate the fact they're talking about the Panthers and Buccaneers. We could have just made it simple if we just won today, but we didn't. We never can. Always gotta do something stupid. Also, please don't give me Brad Allen ever again. I'd rather not have him. Um, goodness gracious, is so tied up. I'd rather not have him um, calling games. He's just not good. He's really just not good. How in the world does this get so entangled? Oh yeah, that's better. They're showing Brock Purdy's last six starts, 6-0, 16 touchdowns, interception, 5 interceptions, and like 240 yards per game. But this is a really good Seattle's defense that is built to limit the explosiveness of the 49ers. The reason why I picked the 49ers is because one of how good the offense has been doing, and with the fact too is like I just can't trust Sam Darnold. I can't. I want to, but I can't. I know why they put the Panthers and Buccaneers game first because if the Falcons had just beaten the Saints, then the Bucks wouldn't have anything to play for. But it still sucks. I gotta wait a whole entire day just to try to see if my team's going to the playoffs or not, and have to depend on a rival. I mean, that's based upon that's our own undoing, our own fault for having this be the case. But still, I'll be over it in about 8 hours or so. I don't know, maybe, but I'm feeling it now. The longer that I have to wait without having to commentate, the longer I have to wait before I commentate. What in the world, Ashton Kutcher? That's the beauty. Oh, okay. So that's is yeah. So that's the ad for the new show. Okay, okay. So the beauty is like that movie that came out. Was it called? The Substance? It's kind of weird to call the beauty, but it was called The Substance. The one where like was it is it Jennifer Connelly and what's her name, Maggie something? She's like I can't remember her name, but like where she looks younger after she takes a substance, but it's slowly like killing her or something like that. So is that what the beauty is? Is like it's like this product that it's like going to make you look younger or something like that, make you look more beautiful, but it's actually taking stuff away from you. The only reason why I'm talking about the beauty is because before this commercial, Well, it's already happened. It's a different. It's a cow shit commercial. I freaking hate this. But before that commercial, there was um, there was just this random commercial for the we call it for the beauty, whereas this random lady in like workout clothes, like I guess like it's like a sports bra and something else, and she has like this like looks like orange like on her chest that looks like the Iron Man 3 villains. You know the ones that have like they're the ones that have the extremist powers. That's what it looked like. And then she goes into like a water fountain and to like calm herself down or whatever. And that's just the commercial. That's it. And it's like what are we watching? Like what you don't say anything at all about the show that you're trying to pitch us with that commercial. So now I get a little more context. I'm still not going to watch the show, but now I have more context for what the heck this is. Because before I was very confused. But okay, I hope my prediction stays the same. I would say the same, but I am correct in my prediction because I think everyone else picked the Seahawks. No. Grant also picked the 49ers, but most people put the Seahawks, so I'm hoping that I will get this one right. So far, not so good. 10-3. But we still got a whole another half. 49ers sharp for the ball. Hopefully the 49ers can deliver. Because my team didn't deliver. So. All right. Kickoff's about to be on the way. And it is going to be returned about the 2-yard line. It's muffed. Oh my gosh. 5, 10, always a 12-yard line. Not a great start by Brian Robinson. Come on, Brian. Well, that's not great. First down, 10 for the 12-yard line. Pistol formation. Going to send Yushek in motion. Going to be a handoff to Christian McCaffrey. He's going up to the 15 and all the way up to about the 17-yard line. Nice getting there, 5 yards. Second down and 5. Second down and 5. Going to be pistol. Going to be shotgun formation. Sorry. Christian McCaffrey to his left. 2 tight ends to the left. Going to be a hand of Christian McCaffrey, who's going to get up to about the about 18, only gains by a yard. Third down and 4. This is huge right here. Oh. 14:05 to go in the third quarter. Third down and 4. 10-3. The Google division stand are when you Google, like, for example, NFC West, and it shows the standing of the teams as different colors for different situations, like orange for playoff position. Oh, gotcha. Going to be a throw to the right and incredible grab. Incredible grab by Robinson. First down 10 for the 49ers. Yeah, because, no, you're good for the 49 match. Because I know they usually have like the orange for like that they're playoff bound, right? So I thought that was what that was, just like because like yeah they're playoff bound, but they're not like set in their ways where they're going to be playing. But nice little comeback route. Great job there with Robinson. From the 31, going to send Tonks into motion, drops back to pass. Throws across middle, be caught by Chris McCaffrey up to about the 39-yard line. So nice getting there, about 8 yards. Second down, 2. All right. Let's see what they can do. Actually, going to be 7 yards, second down, 3. Chris McCaffrey gives him a little bit of a break. Under center. Going to send Kendrick Bourne into motion. Going to be a play action pass, and going to be a check down towards Kittle up to the 42-yard line. First down 10 for the 49ers. So continue to have a decent drive, please, and find it in your heart to score some points. That would be nice. George Kittle getting a little bit of a break. George Kittle, 4 receptions for 9 yards. Brian Robinson to his right, shotgun formation. 2 tight ends to the left. Now I'm going to send Juszczyk into motion. Going to be a hand to Brian Robinson, who's going to get up to about the 45-yard line. So nice gain there, 3 yards. Second down, 7, a little pushing and shoving going on between Juszczyk and somebody else. It has to be wrong. It says both have clinched the playoff position, unless Google got the script early. Ooh, maybe, possibly. Does it say that the Seattle's won? Or maybe it's just Google just being like, well, Seattle should win. What if Google's wrong? What if we've been lied to and Google doesn't know everything? Under center, 2 tight ends to the left. Going to send Juwan Jennings in motion over to the left. Juwan Jennings, sorry. Drops back a pass, gets some pressure. He's going to get sacked back at the 38-yard line to make it third down and long. And, hey, nice. That's going to be Jordan, sorry, not Jordan Reed. Jaron Reed. Got a club for a hand. Going around town. Nice. All right, so third down long. Third down 13, by the way. 10:33 left on third quarter from the 39-yard line. Got to get up to past midfield. Drops back to pass, bringing some pressure, throws, and that's going to be incomplete because Brock Purdy got hit as he threw. But as we 4th down 13, got to put this ball away. All right, so Thomas Moore said, the old head, on a bus ball away. And it's going to be a booming punt. Returnable up to the 18, up to the 20, to the 25, up to, that's a block in the back. That doesn't even matter. Yeah, that's a block in the back for sure. They ain't calling a flag on that? That's for sure a block in the back. All right, well, anyway, it's first down 10 for the 30-something yard line. All right, 49ers. Defense, you got to get a stop. 10:07 to go in the third quarter. Going to go to commercial break. All right. I don't know why I just left this here. I'm just going to throw it away and then put it in the dishwasher. Well, not the dishwasher, put it in the sink, then I'll clean the dishes afterwards. Oh, golly. I'm okay. I just still trying to get over it. Hopefully there's more good news about Auburn football, about the portal. I don't know. But it is what it is. Anyways, thought there was more things I want to say, but I guess not. I don't know. 49ers, I need you to do something on defense. I need a turnover. That's what I would really want. I would really like for a turnover to happen. Possibly maybe a pick. Fumble might be stretching a little too far, but a pick I think we can manage. It's possible. I was told the game would be high flying, high scoring, aspect function. I feel cheated. Yeah, this has not been what I thought. I thought that it would be a lot more offense by the 49ers, but that has not been the case. Um, it's been also more so just dumb decisions by the Seahawks. But two tight ends set to the right from the 38-yard line. Play action pass, and Sam Darnold is going to check it down to Kenneth Walker. Gets like 2 up to 39. Second down 8. The Bears put up a better fight. Well, the Seahawks are still winning, so I guess probably not. Do I like Michael Jackson, like the singer or the player? I'm assuming. I'm assuming you mean the player. Actually, I'll talk about both of them. About player first, that'll be quicker. After this play, shotgun formation, bunch to the right, Kenneth Walker to his left. Rashid Shaheed coming motion up to the left. Draw expected pass, and going to be a screen pass, and that's going to be a first down to the 45 to the 50, and all the way out about the 49-yard line. Well, actually the 48-yard line. First down tip for Seattle. Mike Jackson, the player for the Panthers, I think he has done a great job being a quarterback too. I think that's a little dumb sometimes, his decisions to, like for instance, when he tried to be, like, talking to Baker Mayfield that way, he got a personal foul when we were down by 7. I don't understand why he did that. But I think overall he's been a really good number 2 option for us, like I said, with J.C. Horn being the top guy. Singer. Okay. I just want to make sure. Hold a second. Pitch out to Kenneth Walker. He's going to try the right side, get to the 45, and keeps on going up to the 40-yard line. So they're going to mark him down to the 40-yard line. It's second down 2. Singer, love his music. I feel weird sometimes with Michael Jackson because, like, it's pretty much known what the stuff happened with, like, with the kids. But as far as, like, singer wise, amazing singer. Obviously, say king of oh shoot, that came out of nowhere. 40-yard line, second down 2. I'll talk about it in a second. Kenneth Walker in the backfield. Going to be a hand with Kenneth Walker, who's going to try the middle, and he's going to be great wrap-up tackle by Mustafa. Makes it third down at about 2. But great singer. Grew up listening to him a lot. He actually is a reason why. I mean, him, especially when he was younger for the Jackson 5 too. Oh, no, it's not Kenneth Walker. That's the left tackle who's down. Not Charles Cross, but the other left tackle. So it'll be third down 2. There's a player down. 7:50 left to go. 7:50 left to go. 7:50 left to go in the third quarter. Goodness gracious. Is that Stone Foresight? Holy crap! But like I said, as far as ooh, yeah, that's right on that knee, that right knee. But as far as being an amazing singer, he's got a lot of hits. Obviously, a lot of that has to do with the lyrics from what's his first name? Something Jones. He's Rashida Jones' father. Oh shoot! It starts with the O. I can't think of his name. But anyways, it's the person who basically wrote all the lyrics for Michael Jackson's, like, big hits, like Thriller, Beat It, that kind of stuff. But Michael Jackson, huge impact on, especially like on pop, on a little bit on R&B and soul, but it's more so like the people who followed after him. But loved Michael Jackson 5. Then you go to Jacksons. Then you go 80s Michael. 90s, there's a little change. 2000s is very different as well. not as big a fan of the 2000s Michael, but I will listen to time to time. But I'm more so Jackson 5, some Jacksons, like, Blame on the Boogie, uh, oh, what's the one we're looking for? Dance Machine, that's another good one by Jacksons. And then I'm trying to remember if this one's more Jackson 5 or it's more Jacksons. Is it Jacksons or is it Jackson 5? Who's Loving You? Is it? I think that's when he's in the Jacksons. I think that's when like older. Who's Loving You? Yeah, I think that's Jacksons. That was a banger. And then obviously, like I said, he has his hits in the '80s and also the '90s too. '90s, he goes more not political. That's not what I'm looking for, but he has like more like he has the Earth. I think the Earth song is in the '90s. Um, is the song that's in Willie? Is that the one that's in the '90s? I can't remember. Um, would you go with me? I think that's '90s. I can't remember. I can't remember some of the timeline I'm a little confused on. But yes, absolutely amazing. I was gonna say Maury Knight. My bad. Maury Knight is filling in the left tackle. Um, but yeah, he's an amazing singer. Maybe not the best person though. Philanthropy though, he's really good. From the 40-yard line, third down two, 7:40 left on third quarter. Going to be a ham Zach Charbonnet who is going to be great job. Oh my gosh, who is that? Is that Lenore? That might be Lenore. Yes, Lenore. Dumb decision by Zach Charbonnet, but keep on running out to the right. But basically, he pushes them out of field goal range at all because he loses 5 yards. So he tries to get outside, but he keeps on going backwards, and that's going to make him lose 5. So it's fourth down and 7. A great job there by the 49ers. I don't care what kind of fact this is, but I was born the exact same day that Michael Jackson died. That's interesting. That makes sense. That's what 2009. Is that 2009? I was, let's see, fair catch him at the 8 or 9 yard line. See, when Michael Jackson died, I remember it was summer of like, is it like '09? Because I was like 8 years old. I was very young when it happened. I also, at the time of his death, I didn't know about all the other stuff that he did, like all the bad stuff, because, like I said, I wouldn't say I was totally sheltered, but I definitely had like limited internet access, and but like I said, I knew about Michael's great music because, like I said, we had my dad used Pandora for the longest time, and the main ones that he played was Frankie Valley Radio, Smokey Robinson Radio, and then Michael Jackson Radio. And so from those radio stations, I got like all like the obviously Frankie Valley. You have like the early '50s where you have like think of Dio, think of so what was the Flamingos. Think of like the Ink Spots, those kind of like stuff like the '40s and '50s where it kind of covers into that. Smokey Robinson obviously is early Motown, so I get a lot of the Motown, get Stevie Wonder, that kind of stuff. Get the Supremes, and so from there you get Jackson 5, and you mix that with what you've already listening to from Michael Jackson. So you get Michael Jackson, you get New Edition, Boys to Men. You get some Janet Jackson, but for the most part, it's Michael Jackson. What were some other ones that played a lot for the Michael Jackson one? Oh, Billy Ocean, for some odd reason, played a lot with the Michael Jackson radio. Don't understand that one now. Now that I think about it, that's kind of wild that one played a lot. But from those is where I was able to get like a lot of my other side of music side. Also, my mom loved the '90s because she grew up like she was like she was her high school. She graduated in 1990 from high school, I think, and then she graduated from Auburn in '94. So like she grew up in like the '90s, like her college era. So get some of that from her. But Yeah, June 25th, 2009. So yes, I was 8 years old when Michael Jackson died. Like I said, I'm a 2000s kid, but I'm also an October baby. Oh, it's a full moon out tonight. Oh, look at there. But yeah, 2000s. Whoop, whoop. So it's very easy to like if I know what the date is, I would be like, okay, all right, yeah, this is how old I was. Gonna be a handoff up to about the 12-yard line. Nice, getting there about 3 yards. Second down, 7. But that is something that's nice about having like a 2000s uh, birthday is that like I could just see like, okay, wait, what? Hold a second, when did it happen? Okay, so I was 8 years old. It happened after my birthday in 2009. Okay, so I was 9 years old. So it kind of helps. Second down, 7. 6:14 left to go in the third quarter. Shotgun formation. Christian McCaffrey to his right. Draws back to pass. And throws across the middle. They caught. That's going to be just short of the first down marker. That's going to be third down. Actually, that's kind of a bad spot. Third down, 2. Try to get it to Christian McCaffrey. They are trying to feed him a little bit more because, like I said, he is an imperative part of their offense. And so far, they haven't been able to get him going. But they sub in Brian Robinson. So it's third down, 2. Very, very crucial. Very, very crucial for the 49ers. Right now, they're 29% on third downs. All right. Bunch to the right. Well, now it's kind of pushing out to the side. Shotgun formation. Brian Robinson to his right. Draws back to pass. And Brock Purdy throws. That's going to be caught, but it's going to be short of the first down. I don't love that. So it's going to be 4th and 1. 5:11 left to go in the third quarter, dude. 49ers, your defense can't hold up for forever, dude. I guess it's definitely not the first down. Definitely not the first down. I don't love that. Yeah, like I said, he doesn't get the first down. So it's going to be a punt. Maybe try to give him a jump off sides. Try to give him a jump off sides, maybe. Nope. Punt is underway, and it's going to be a booming punt. Fair caught at 31-yard line. For 31 left to go in the third quarter, still 10-3. And 49ers are just hanging in there because their defense is helping them out. But you've got to get something to go on offense. Man, 49ers are making me stressed because, like I said, I want to be right. I want to be correct with my prediction that I predicted at the very beginning of the season 49ers would have the number 1 seed, 13-4. And it's based upon the fact that they, had an easy schedule, which they did. They definitely did. Ooh. Good defense or bad offense game? I would say more so good defense because there's been some very, very crucial, um, like deep, like linebackers shooting gaps. Very nice, like wrap up tackles by deep by some of the defensive backs that have really done a really good job as far as like limiting some of the explosive plays. So I would say more so good defense, but questionable play calling by Kyle Shanahan, which is something I rarely do. But like some of it's been a little bit like Seattle's playing a great game. You're not able to really do what you want to do, so you're trying to get Chris McCaffrey the ball any way you can. But on a crucial 3rd and 2, you take Chris McCaffrey off the field, which is kind of crazy. But I understand you want to try to give him some kind of like want to get him some kind of breaks, but I don't know. Just some of the play calling has been kind of questionable for me. Obviously, execution by Seattle side because Sam Darnold's been making some questionable decisions, but he's been doing that for, not doing that for like a little while, but like it's showing up again like it did last year. So I would say more so good defense. More so good defense. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. They're showing it right now. It started 14-2, and then they lost the division, and they lost the wild card, which I'm hoping will happen again. Possibly 13-3. If they lose the division seed, and they have to go to the wild card, maybe against the Panthers. Who knows? Who knows? 4:31 left to go in the third quarter. Under center, Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. Gonna send JSN in motion. Oh, he fumble! Oh my gosh, 49ers, that was your chance right there. Yetur Grossmaj, you should have fell on that. Zach Charbonnet saved the fumble. Sam Darnold got the snap. Then as he tried to hand it off, he tripped. No, did he get stepped on? Did he trip? I don't know, but Zach Charbonnet saved it. Oh no, he tripped on Sundle. He tripped on Sundle. Wow. Almost terrible play, but it's still a terrible play. Second down 17. Trips to the right. Right back to his left. Drops back to pass. And is going to throw across the middle. And it's going to be incomplete. Great job there by Bethune. 3rd-17. Come on, 49ers. Get a stop right here, baby. Come on. 3:48 left to go in the third quarter. Still 10-3, in case you're wondering, because it's still said the same exact score. There's not been really much offense, but it's been great defense. So let's have a pick six. Why not? Let's just have a pick six. Sam Darnold going to be in shotgun formation with Kenneth Walker to his right. Pitch to Kenneth Walker. 30. Holy crap. Kenneth Walker got it on a 3rd and 17. He got 19 yards. You got to be kidding me. I didn't even want to comment on it because I was just like watching in disbelief. It was 3rd and 17. They were on a toss play, and you're telling me you cannot get Kenneth Walker down 19 yards. John Lynch is like, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? That's ridiculous. From the 44-yard line, Kenneth Walker now just passed 1,000 rushing yards. Good for him. He had that incentive. Play action pass. Sam Darnold throws. And to be caught. JSN for the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. And, yep. 3rd and 17. 3rd and 17. And you let him get 19 yards. That's ridiculous. Also, what an incredible grab by JSN. It was a terrible throw, almost was picked. Like I said, Sam he's going to mess this up for him. From a 37-yard line, under center, going to send, that's not Barner, that's the other one. Drops back a pass, and he's got all day throw. Then going to be checked down to Zach Charbonnet up to the 35 to the 30, and stays in bounds with the 25-yard line. 1st down 10 once again for the Seattle Seahawks, dude. 49ers, man. I definitely be worried as a Seahawks fan. You play a team with a good D-line in the playoffs. I'm not sure you win, and it might now be close like last year's lines. Yeah, it's possible. Do you like Nicholas Maduro? No, I do not. I do not like him at all. For a second there, I had to think for a second. I was like, oh. Because the last question you asked was about Singer, so I was like, no. Yes, I do not. I do not care for Maduro. I do not. That's a weird way to put it, but I definitely do not care for the man. I tried to go talk about politics on the live stream. So, but yes, I don't think it's controversial to not like the man. That's for sure. 158 left to go in the third quarter. Like I said, still a 7-point game, so it's not like, terrible news for the 49ers, but dude, on 3rd and 17. That's wild. That is really wild. 3rd and 17. So from the 25-yard line, shotgun formation, running back to his right. Actually, no, it's JSN. That's moved motioned over to his left. Drops back to pass, and is going to check it down. Oh, actually go block down. Great job there. Is that Nico Collins? Not Nico Collins. Is that Malik Collins? Yes, it is. Malik Collins with the knockdown. Uh, who is what? Um, not familiar. Not familiar with that Parker. I couldn't tell you. Maybe face. Maybe face I could. Oh, Nico Collins. Not Nico Collins. I keep on saying Nico Collins. Malik Collins almost picked that off. I might have to hear what it sounds like for me to know who you're talking about. Because right now the name I'm not recognizing. Going to be a handoff. That's going to be about a 1 yard gain. 3rd down 9 for the 40. Not for the 49ers. For the Seahawks. Look it up. I will in a second. Maybe. 1:20 left to go in the third quarter. 3rd down 9. From the 24-yard line. Shotgun formation. Running back to his right. Very crucial for the 49ers here. Drops back a pass, throws, and it's going to be incomplete. And Rashid Shaheed, that's a late flag. That's a really late flag. That didn't come until like 2 seconds after the play was done. I don't like that. Uh, is it play? Is it pass interference with Bernardo Green? Yes, but that's a really late flag. Yeah, it's a dumb play called by. It's a dumb play by Bernardo Green, dude. Dumb decision. From the 17-yard line, I formation. Kenneth Walker in the backfield. Going to be Kenneth Walker who is going to try the right side. He gets absolutely nothing. Actually going to lose too. That's going to be 2nd down 12. 40 seconds left to go to the third quarter. So one more play probably until we go to the fourth. That's Keon White, the former Patriot, that made the tackle. I'm trying to remember why he got cut from the Patriots. He was like a first-round pick, wasn't he? Yeah, from Georgia Tech. So I remember I was trying to figure out why people loved him so much. I understand like he was strong, but he was a very old prospect, like 24 years old. I formation, gonna be a play action pass, and gonna be a shovel pass, and that's gonna be caught by Charbonnet, and that's gonna gain about 6 yards. 3rd down 6. That'll be into the third quarter, still 10-3. So who is it? You can just tell me who it is, like who the person is, because I'm probably not gonna look it up. Is it so? Is it Seong? Is it Seong Hyung Choi? Hyo Choi? Is that what it is? I don't know. I know you asked me about Madura before. I'm probably not feeling like I should look up who this person is, but I'm not recognizing the name right now. Madura, obviously, I recognize the name because that's like recent, like literally just yesterday, right? Yesterday, the day before, yeah. And either way, um, now I'm not looking up Parker. You can either tell me who it is or whatnot, because, like I said, I don't because of the fact that I share my screen whenever I look anything up. If someone is upset that I show the picture or something like that, then I get in trouble. That's the reason why I'm trying not to. I'm trying to save face, I guess, not save face, but like if I don't have to show somebody's face, I'm not going to. Which is the reason why, like I said, I'm careful with what I look up if I don't know who the person is. or if I recognize who the person is. Mainly because I'm a teacher, and so I don't know what things some parents might not like. So I try to keep it. I obviously still be myself, but like I try to. I think the right word to say. I try to keep not only my community healthy and like where we can kind of talk about anything, but also just be like I'm trying to think the right words I want to say. Uh, I just don't want to do anything that will cause me a headache because a parent might call me or something like that. I don't know. I just know because my mom was a teacher, so I've got her stories. I got other people's stories. Sometimes parents will make problems out of nothing, and it'll become your problem. So that's what I'm saying is like I'm trying to, if I'm not sure about something, not put myself in a situation. That's basically it. Uh, if the game ends 10-3, will be worse than Broncos Raiders? No. Just because the score might be lesser does not mean it's worse. Because it's been good defense instead of just bad offense, in my opinion. Now, if the Seahawks do something stupid right here, then yes. Shotgun formation, drops back to pass, and he is going to throw this to be caught, and that's going to be up to about the 13-yard line. Seahawks had to not a call timeout, what did I say? Had to kick a field goal. Yeah, no, this would definitely not be worse than 10-7. 10-7 was. I don't know if there's ever going to be a game that was worse than Broncos Raiders 10-7. I have no idea who that is. Ashley Nicole Poole? Ashley Nicole Poole. Who is Ashley Nicole Poole? Kick is up, kick is good. So it's 13-3. 14-15 left going through one quarter. Ashley Nicole Poole. The name sounds familiar. How do I recognize that? I'll look it up. I don't know why that name sounds familiar. And I don't think I'm going to get in trouble if I look it up. Who is this? Really? I don't know who this is. She died. That sucked. I don't. Parker, why do you? I do have a question for you, Parker. You asked me this a couple times. Why do you ask me about people who have died if I like them or not? Like I don't know who the person is, so I'm not gonna know if I like their personality or something like that. So why do you ask me? I don't think it's a weird question, but like, why do you ask me like a person who died? I don't I don't know who she is, so I couldn't tell you if I like her or not. Which game has been worse, this one or the Texas Tech one? Oh, I'll probably say Texas Tech because I grew more frustrated with the Texas Tech game. I grew way more frustrated with the Texas Tech game because I was like, dude, Texas Tech's defense is doing everything in their power to keep them in the game. And this one is close. This one is close. But at least the 49ers are still able to move the ball a little bit. Like Texas Tech's offense was doing absolutely crap. They were doing nothing, nothing at all. So that's what I would say is like, um, yeah, I don't know. I would say this one like still has another um, quarter to go, so still has more potential to have more offense. But yeah, no, that Texas Tech game, I was furious, and I'm not really as furious right now. I guess that's the other thing too. Maybe it's because, like, the Texas Tech game's always like all or nothing. This is not really all or nothing for the 49ers, but maybe. Kickoff's underway, and it's going to be return to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 25, up to about the 30-yard line. So nice, great return there by Brian Robinson Jr. 14:09 to go to the fourth quarter. Yeah, I would say Texas Tech is worse. Only 105 total yards to the 49ers. Goodness gracious. This is. Whew. Shotgun formation, running back to his left. Two tight ends to the left. Oh, now I'm going to send. Okay. Now they send Force Kill to motion of the right. Now, Chris McCaffrey to the right. Goodness gracious, so much motion. Drops back to pass, rolls out to his right, throws on the run, and it's going to be caught. That's going to be a first down up to the 50-yard line. That is George Kittle. Rubbing my acne face. What? Parker, what are we talking about? Rubbing my acne face. Okay. 13th. 13th. What is this? The Super Bowl? Yuck, 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 yuck. Yeah, this is 2019 Super Bowl. That's what this one is. Well, for a 2018 season, but I'm talking about it happened in 2019. Yeah. From the 50-yard line, shotgun formation. Brock Purdy, size of defender, is going to roll out. He's going to run to the 45, up to the 40, and got a first down. Let's go 49ers. But we got, hey, it might be 13-3, but the 49ers moving on the ball. As I said, this one's not worse than the 10-7, and it's definitely not worse than Texas Tech. At least they're moving the ball. Now, if they have a turnover soon, I am going to be upset. But maybe not. First down, 10 for the 39-yard line. Shotgun formation. Going to be a nice little draw to Christian McCaffrey, who's going to get to about the 35-yard line. Nice again there, 4 yards. Second down, 6. What is acne? Like, how do you get acne, or what exactly is acne? It's been a while since I took health class. Basically, like, I know you start to have acne when, like, you're going, like, your body's going through a lot of changes when you're younger. But when you still have acne, I guess your body's still growing. Your body still technically grows until, like, what, it's like 25 or something like that. Gonna be a nice little screen pass. That's gonna be up to the 30-yard line, to the 25. Great job there by Robinson. And that's gonna be first down 10 for the 49ers. But, like, it's just like, I don't know. I'm trying to remember like what acne is. You probably look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's like, oh, hold a second. Wait. Why was Jawan Jennings on the Seattle sideline? What the heck's going on? I totally missed that. Like, they showed that late, which is like, boom, like, hey, look what's happening over here. Why was he all the way over there? Oh, okay. So him and Witherspoon going at each other. Oh, should Jawan Jennings be an absolute? I hate Jawan Jennings. I hate him with passion. And the Seattle sticking up for their boy, as they should, I see Nehemiah Pritchett. I see you, Auburn. I don't like Jawan Jennings at all. Shotgun formation, run back to his right, and drops back a pass. Brock Purdy has got time, throws for the end. Oh, that's just goes for the first down. Jawan Jennings up to the 9-yard line, first and goal. 11:32 left on the fourth. But I would say acne is when your body is like, I don't know what exactly it is. Basically, your body's going through a lot of changes, and then, like, for some reason, like, your pores, I don't know, something about your pores, something about your body changing, and something about, like, just excess is happening, and so that's what's happening. I don't know. I'm not a medical professional. I can't remember exactly what happens. It's been a while since I took health class, so I would definitely Google it to see what exactly it is. I just know you can know when you see it. But gain of 3 yards for the rush by Chris McCaffrey, second and goal for the 6. I'm sorry my Broncos were part of inflicting such psychological damage on you with that 10-7 game, Ryan. It's okay. It's all right. Tomorrow, the Falcons Saints is a game that I might like if the Falcons actually win. I tried to tie that in there, but that didn't really work as well as I thought it was going to. But it'll be fine. Second goal, shotgun down, shotgun formation, drops back to pass, and throws for the end zone. That's Chris. Christian McCaffrey goes right through Christian McCaffrey's hands, pops off his hands, and goes right through the defender's hands for a pick. Ain't no way. Ain't no way it pops off of Christian McCaffrey's hands right into Thomas's hands. It's a pick. And I called it too. I said I would be upset if it was a pick. And it happens to be a pick because Christian McCaffrey just popped off his hands. It pops off his hands. Oh my gosh, Christian. Christian. Sister Christian, the time has come. Oh my gosh. It's not even on Brock Purdy. It's not even on him. 1st and 10 from the 3-yard line. 3 tight ends to the left. Going to be a handoff, and that's going to be a Zach Charbonnet, who gets like nothing. 2nd and goal. 2nd and 10 from 3. That's going to tick me off. Oh, man. Goodness gracious. Wait, why do you hate Juwan Jennings? So Juwan Jennings, the reason why I don't like Juwan Jennings is because, so in the 49ers-Panthers game, Trayvon Merring punched him in the dick, and he got suspended for it. And so a lot of people were just like, oh, like, Merring is the person who's wrong. But then the very next game, sorry, I say after this game, after this play, shotgun formation drop, not shotgun formation, oh my gosh, JSN up to the 19-yard line, 1st down 10. But then the very next game, the 49ers, I think, played the Browns. And then Shelby Harris, like in a post game, was like, I just want to let y'all know, like, Juwan Jennings is basically called him a hoe, and he said, like, he says stuff you should never say to another grown man. So in my mind, I'm thinking that Juwan Jennings must have said something that provoked Trayvon Merring, because Trayvon Merring doesn't really show that kind of behavior. And Juwan Jennings also has been picking fights people and being like has made some bad moves on the field before you're like, okay, hey, like, let's not do this. Let's not do this. So that's what I would probably. That's the reason why I would say, like, I don't really like Juwan Jennings. I don't like the cut of his jib. Did I use that right word? I don't know. I don't like the way he kind of carries himself in the game. Like, it's not very sportsmanlike. So I guess that would be the best way to put that. 2nd down and 8, shotgun formation, drops back to pass, and is going to get some pressure off the right side, but still scrambles out to his right. Is going to try to go on the run up to the 25-yard line, looks like. A little bit pushing and shoving going on, and it's going to be 3rd down about 3. Do I like Richie James? Richie James. Why did Richie James sound familiar? Richie James. Rick James, but Richie James. Richie James sounds so familiar. Richie James is a football player, right? What? Richie James. Dadgummit. Richie James. Why can I not remember who Richie James is? I gotta look in a second. I gotta look it up in a second. 3rd down 2. 7:45 go in the 4th quarter. Shotgun formation. Charbonnet to his right. Drops back a pass and is going to get some pressure throws and be caught as Cooper Kupp up to the 30-yard line. 1st down 10. I think it's Bethune that was. I think his groin's messed up. That's not good. Holy crap. He's like pointing down right here. Is that Bethune? Yeah, it looks like you already got D. Winters down. Shoot, you can't lose. Oh my gosh, I'll lose my voice. You can't lose a linebacker like that. All right, so let me check and see. Richie James. So why is Richie James? Richie James. Richie. Yeah, full receiver. Um, he hasn't played since 2023. Really? Dang, that's been a while. Um, do I like him? Uh, I don't know if I like him. He's fine, I guess. Like he hasn't played since 2023, but let's see. He was an okay football player. I don't really remember that much about Richie James. I kind of like I recognize the name. That's why I was like I recognize the football player, but I couldn't remember much about him. But uh, he's fine. I'll say that he's just fine. That's the best thing I can tell you. Well, out, I down in A&W. Man. 49ers, man. Both teams have done some stupid stuff in the red zone. Seahawks happened early in the game with that ridiculous fourth and goal from the four decision. Well, really, it was a dumb decision from the. I don't mean a dumb decision. I keep on saying that. It's not a dumb decision from the first and goal from the one. It's a bad execution by Sam Darnold. If it's not there, which it was there, but if you don't throw it, just throw it away instead of taking like a 10-yard sack. So no, I just answered that there, Parker. I do not like Jawan Jennings. I don't like he doesn't show a lot of sportsmanship, which like there's differences between like being a hard nosed football player, being like one goes through the whistle, that kind of stuff, and then not having sportsmanship. And I think Jawan Jennings goes more into the not having sportsmanship than you know. Oh well, it's just he's uh like he's just going hard. No, like there's some stuff that's like not really him going hard. It's more so just him. What's the word? Just I'm trying to think of the right word I want to say. Anyways, it'll be fine. From the 30-yard line. I just don't like the way that he carries himself in the game. I said it before, but I don't like the way he carries himself in the game. Hands to Walker, who's going to get about 12 yards, first down 10. Unless something drastically happens, it's going to be Seattle. This 10-point game, about 7 minutes left to go in the game, and 49ers offense. I mean, like I say, more so just frustrating. But you're able to move the ball, so it's not as bad as this Texas Tech game. But still, I'm very upset with you. Very upset. So 6:35 going the fourth quarter, under center. Kenneth Walker in the backfield from the 41-yard line. Hands Kenneth Walker, who's going to get to the 45, up to the 50, and up to the 48-yard line for another 11-yard gain, first and 10. I don't think I mentioned it, but I'm rooting for the Hawks, so that pick was very much enjoyed. Yeah, there you go. Do I like Prince music singer? I do like Prince. Like I said, I like Michael Jackson a little bit better. I know there's a comparison between Prince and Michael. I like Prince. Obviously, like I said, he has not as many hits as Michael did, but as far as like the actual singing, like had his own distinct style. A lot of people like try to copy Prince. Not gonna name who does, but you know who does. Gonna be a check down to Zach Charbonnet up to about the 42-yard line, and it's gonna be about second down, about 4. I've been, oof. But obviously he probably will. I don't think it's ever going to be changed, but he probably will stay as having the best Super Bowl halftime performance. Like I didn't watch it. Like I was like 5 when it happened, but from what everyone's told me, like, and I watched it obviously, like him playing Purple Rain in the rain in Miami, I believe that's what it was, or where it was. Like I said, that will forever be like one of the top moments of like Super Bowl halftime show, which is like one of the biggest, one of the biggest like concerts of the year. Like I said, like that, like it's like set a precedent. No one's ever really been able to match that. Um, Obviously, like I said, the story about him is also shit too. Like him being an amazing basketball player is kind of funny, but like it's also true, which is anything. Anyways, first down 10. Sorry, 4:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. I do like Prince though. Gonna be a handoff. Actually, going to play a pass. My bad. And throw on the run, and gonna be almost picked off. Almost picked up Bernardo Green. Oh, that would have been game changer. 4:23 left to go in the fourth quarter. Oh, that would have been a changer. What happened to Prince? Like, as far as him dying, he died in 2016 because he died the same that year as I think didn't he die like a day or two after um, uh, oh what's his name, George Michael, because they both died in 2016. I believe it was around because I was at my aunt's house in Chesapeake, and I was like George Michael died and Prince died around the same exact time. It was around like it was right before New Year's of 20 going into 2017. I think it was 2015, 2016, and then there was somebody else. Was it David Bowie? There was like three people who died all around the same time. Was it David Bowie, George Michael, and then Prince? I'll have to look it up and check to make sure, but I'm pretty sure all three of them died around the same exact time. But I'll check. I'll check to see in a second. Anyways, so the third down for Seattle. Huge, huge right now. Even though there's not a lot of time for them to score two touchdowns, this is basically the same as I think for the Panthers game. Okay, if you make this, you make it to a two score or two touchdown. If you miss it, I mean, you got to call play, but still, if you miss it, then it still remains a 10-point lead. Ours was a 9-point lead, but still this is huge. So 4:12, let's go to fourth. 49ers called a timeout. Because this is from the 36-yard line, so it's kind of still in Jason Myers' range. Sam gonna be in shotgun formation, drops back a pass, getting some pressure, rolls out of it, is going to throw on the run across the body, and caught Cooper Kupp up to the 15, down to the 12, first down 10 for Seattle. Got it home. That's what you were asking about. What happened to him? I thought you meant like was he still alive or not? Yeah, no, he died. He died like I said, I believe he died in 2016. I have to check and see. But I don't remember how he died. I don't remember how he died. I don't keep up with how people. I don't really keep up like unless there's people I remember how they died. But for the most part, I'm like, oh yeah, they died during this time. Like some just like either old age. It might be like Matthew Payer. I remember how he died because that was a huge thing. But like I don't know. Usually there's not remembering how people died. 4:02. Let's go in the fourth quarter. 49ers called another timeout. Obviously, trying to save as much time as possible. But this is about to be a 49ers loss, and so another pick I got wrong. Unless a fumble. Two tight ends to the right, I formation, Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. Going to be a hand of Zach Charbonnet, who's going to get up to about the 10-yard line, gain of 2. Second down 8. Last timeout called for the 49ers. Do I like Elvis Presley? Yeah, like I said, I like his music. Obviously, like I said, a lot of it was covers. You got Big Mama Thornton, Hound Dog, and then he copied Hound Dog and did it a little bit different. But as far as like even though a lot of it was covers, which a lot of people did, a lot of white people did to unfortunately to African American artists, basically just covered their songs that became way more popular, where everybody think it was their song instead of being who originally sang it. But as far as like the actual singing part, like I said, I still like Elvis Presley. From the 10-yard line, going to be a hand of Zach Charbonnet. He's going to try left side. He's going to cut back inside and get up about a 6-yard line. It'll be third down and about 3 or 4. 3:47 going to third. 3:43. Let's go in the fourth quarter. Third down and 4. But yeah, like I said, I like his music. My dad liked Elvis Presley, so I listen to a lot of Elvis Presley. Well, really, also my grandfather liked Elvis Presley a lot, so I listened to a lot of him when I was at their house, and so I guess kind of helped you, especially when you like have him that you love, who loves it. That kind of helps you love that person, that musician. But gonna be a hand of Zach Charbonnet. He's going to try the right side. And he's going to, great stand. Almost got the first down. Must be fourth down and 1. That's a terrible spot. So it's fourth down and a long one, so it'd be a fourth down and like just a regular one. Okay. Obviously, they're going to go for it because it can pretty much almost end the game. So, might as well go for it. But yeah. Oh, yeah, Johnny Cash. Oh, absolutely. Johnny Cash loved him a lot more than Elvis Presley. Dad loved Johnny Cash. Also, Johnny Cash has a very interesting like history too. Went to Johnny Cash Museum actually, and gonna try to fake to do the tush push. All right. But I actually went to the Johnny Cash Museum in Nashville. It was very entertaining. Like I said, the story of like him, and then you get to like his last song was "Hurt," which is interesting. Like which is kind of cool how like it's the Nine Inch Nails song, and then he used it for something totally different than what Nine Inch Nails initially used it for. And then they even acknowledged, no, it's Johnny Cash's song now. Because like his talking about like the how he was at that point of his life, at the very end of his life. Like he like died like a couple months after that song was released. Beautiful, beautiful song, beautiful music video. If you never watched "Hurt" by Johnny Cash, I implore you. It's amazing. 26-yard field goal. Kick is up. Kick is good. Holy crap! He missed it. A 26-yard field goal and you missed it. Well, the game's like pretty much over, but holy crap. So, okay, so now you're still down by 10. You only got 2:20 left to go in this game. Myers, what are you doing? Holy crap, dude. That gives a little bit of window, but not much of a window. But anyways, but yeah, Johnny Cash, Folsom in prison. You got Boy Named Sue, Ring of Fire. I fell into a burning of fire. Like, anyways, but yeah, he's a really good singer. Drop back to pass and throws across the middle, incomplete. Part of the Highwayman too. So him, Chris Christopherson. What's that guy? Him, Chris Christopherson, Travis Tritt, and who's the other one? The Highwayman. Willie Nelson. But yeah, is Johnny Cash the best actor? No. I watched a couple of the Highwaymen movies, and no, not necessarily the best. He's okay, but not necessarily the best. From the 20-yard line, shotgun formation. Drops back to pass. Brock Purdy is going to check it down to Christian McCaffrey up to the 25. Actually, 24. Clock will continue to run. It's going to go to 2-minute warning. But yeah, I do like all those artists. Oh, it's 2-minute warning. Let me look it up again. So, if I am correct, so let's see here. Prince died when? Prince. Okay, April 21st. I was completely wrong, but I do believe that David Bowie and George Michael died at the same time. Around the same time. January 10th, 2016, George Michael. Okay, it was Christmas. So I'm completely wrong, except for the fact that I got that George Michael did die on Christmas in 2016. But I was wrong about all the other ones. They did die in 2016, but not even close to the same time. Anyways, Jason Myers is playing like the worst good kicker in the league. Yeah, like I'm surprised by that because like I think he's on pace. He was on pace for the most field goal kicks in a single season, because like the Seahawks just can't convert in the red zone. But like he missed a 26-yard field goal. He hit the upright, which is crazy. He's been real bad these past few games. Yeah. Do you like Barry Gibb? Kind of. I think I think the BGs are fine, but I can only listen to them like a little bit. Like I can only listen to More Than a Woman like every now and then, but like if I'm trying to listen to like it a lot, not really. Um, it is interesting like his because you have the Bee Gees and then the Gibbs like try to go their separate ways. What's the one the brother sings that I what's the one the brother sings that I've listened to them like it's not too bad. I'm trying to think. But anyways, I'm not the biggest fan of the Bee Gees. I'm okay with them. Uh, no, that was one that my dad liked that I was like, I'm good. I'm okay. But yeah, you got More Than a Woman, Staying Alive, uh, isn't Dancing or that case? No, that's Bee Gees. Dancing, yeah. Pretty sure that's the Bee Gees, not Casey and the Sunshine Band. Casey and the Sunshine Band is another one. I'm like, I gotta be in a certain mood to listen to Casey and the Sunshine Band. Because otherwise, I'll be like, okay, this is too much positive. This makes me feel like toxic positivity. Draws back the pass, and Brock Purdy throws incomplete. Try to get a George Kittle 4th down and 6, 155 to go in the fourth quarter. Well, hello there, Adobe. How you doing? How you doing? You're finally home. Well, you haven't missed much. Panthers lost, and then 49ers had a shot, and then the ball bounced off of Christian McCaffrey's hands into the defender's hands at the 2-yard line to turn the ball over on downs. Well, to turn the ball over. So, yeah. 4th down and 6, down 10, 13-3. Shotgun formation with running back to his right. They don't convert here, and they'll just kneel down the clock. And Brock Purdy throws, but he was getting hit as he throws, and it's going to be incomplete pass. So, with 151 left in the fourth quarter, the Seahawks can just kneel it out. And Brock Purdy's down on the ground. Uh-oh. Brock Purdy's down on the ground. So Derek Hall and Leonard Williams coming off the ends. They're the ones who sandwich him. Yeah, Derek Hall is an absolute beast. Love Derek Hall. But he's the one, he hits him from behind, and then, so is it the way it came out? Let's see here. He got hit, like, in the shoulder. So what exactly got hit hard? That's what I want to know. Is it his thumb is bleeding, too. I don't know what got hit hard, but something that got hit hard. But anyways, it's the end of the game, so it doesn't really matter. Harry Wayne Casey. Harry Wayne Casey? I don't know that one. It sounds like John Wayne Gacy. I know you're not talking about him, but it's like Harry Wayne Casey. Harry Wayne Casey. I don't know who that is. I'm be honest. I don't know who that is. So no. I'll say I don't like them. I don't know who they are. So just kneeling down. Seahawks are going to win. Seahawks are going to get the first seed. So San Fran had an opportunity of having home field advantage throughout the rest of the playoffs. Now they got to make it all the way to the Super Bowl to get back home. Seattle will get the first seed. Now to be determined who is going to play either the Panthers or the Bucks. Be determined tomorrow. If the Rams win, the Rams will be the 5th seed. If the Rams lose, they'll be the 6th seed. Pretty self-explanatory. Sorry about the game, Ryan. I just saw the highlights. Yeah. Dude, when we converted that fourth down, I was going crazy, dude. I was going crazy because I was like, "Holy crap, we have a chance!" And then we ran out of time. We ran out of time, Dobie. We did. Hopefully, we don't have enough. We don't run out of time on this beautiful, beautiful season that we've had. Where maybe, just maybe, the Falcons could do us a favor. Yeah. So, like I said, Seahawks win the division for the first time since. See, when's the last time Seahawks won the division? Was it 20? No. When was the last time Seattle won the division? Let's see it. Definitely has been the last 2 years. 2019? No. More likely they'll show than the last time they played, right? The last time they won the division. I can't think of the top of my head. Yeah, it's pain. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. I got something that you gonna like. Hopefully, you might like the video that I'm posting tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be posting tomorrow. I don't know. The fact that I'm gonna be streaming a whole entire game, I don't know if I'll be able to get it out. Hopefully, I will, but I don't know for sure if I will or not. But I'm gonna try to. Try to. Keyword. Try. But these games have been going till midnight. Yeah, no, this one's kind of surprising. This one ended like by 11, which is wild. So when's the last time the Seattle won the play? Well, they haven't announced it yet. Normally they'd have like a little banner. It'll be like first since like 20. I thought I'd be able to think about when this last time they won the division. Okay, so let's think with this. The complete win. So 2015. No, I'm go closer than that. So let's see here. All right, so obviously 2021 onward, they haven't won it because it's been either the Rams or the 49ers. Then 2020, 2020 was maybe no. Trying to think of the last time that they won it. So it was 2020. Okay. All right. So yeah, no, it was 2020. Because I was thinking like that was the year that I remember the Rams had made the playoffs, but then they let's see. Because that was the year the Rams made the playoffs, and then the Rams basically benched Jared Goff. So that's what I was trying to think. I was like, I don't think they hosted the first round, but I remember they won the first round, and they made it to the divisional, and then they lost the divisional, and then that's when they made the trade for Matthew Stafford. So he is the first quarterback. Sam Darnold is, well, second quarterback to win back-to-back 14-win seasons. So good for him. Good for him. So long the graphics department has forgotten. Yeah, probably so. Oh man. Well, I don't know, man. I'm like getting over it a little bit. I'm also upset, but I'm getting over it a little bit. We still have an opportunity. And here's the thing. Okay? Here's the thing. Of the teams that have gone with a losing record into the playoffs, the Panthers are one of the teams that have won their division for the wild card game. So, is it still possible for the Panthers to make the playoffs and maybe win? Sure. Is it likely? No. Carolina Blues and bad beats? Really? Really? The Buccaneers winning weight. I know, I get it. Do I like Jalen Milrow? I like Jalen Milrow a whole lot more than Luke did. Luke, known Bama fan, was Bama and Texas fan, but he did not like Jalen Milroe. I saw that there was something in him. I think, obviously, and I mentioned this in the pre-draft process. Like, obviously, he has potential to be really good, but he needs a lot of coaching. And right now, he's under Clint Kubiak. I don't know who the quarterback coach is, but I love where he's at, where he's able to develop while Sam Darnold's QB. Sam Darnold's going to be definitely the QB for the next 2 years, and they tell him to have an out in year 3, but more than likely those QB for year 3. And then by that time, you can have Jalen Milroe, if you feel comfortable. Jalen Milroe come in, definitely will help if, like, it's not optimal. You don't want to have Sam Darnold get hurt. But if Sam Darnold gets hurt at any point in the season, or if you want to rest your starters at any point in the season, and you get to see Jalen Milroe play a little bit more, like, you can feel more comfortable after that third season where Jalen Milroe will be in his 4th season, and where you can decide, okay, Jalen Milroe, you have this year. If you do well, we can either franchise tag you or we can give you a contract. And that way you have basically 4 years of manageable QB market, like, money. Because, like I said, the Sam Darnold deal is not that bad. Obviously, you can still pay Sam Darnold if he continues to be good for you. But, I'm just saying. And then if you don't pay Sam Darnold because the QB market is so big and you're trying to see what you have with Jalen Milroe, then you can have Jalen Milroe for a year. If he doesn't work out, you can just restart everything. But yeah, I do like Jalen Milroe. I think, like I said, his escapability, his running ability is very, very underrated. It's a huge part of his game, but it's like a really part that, it's hard to replicate because he's a very strong runner while being really, really elusive. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, I do like Joe Burrow. He's got a cannon for an arm, just not the accuracy. But I just thought of this. The Panthers and Bucks are using the Saints and Falcons in a proxy way to get them into the playoffs. Kind of. We're having to rely on our rivals is never good. Never a good thing to do. But I do think this is also a way for the NFL. This is just conspiracy theory. This is not. I don't actually believe this, but this is a way for the NFL to get us to watch the Saints versus Falcons game. This is the only reason why they did it. The only reason why they made the Panthers lose because they want the viewership for the Saints versus Falcons game. It's not actual. I'm just joking, but it is funny that is also part of the thing that could possibly be it. Is Rich Rodriguez going to be fired? Rich Rodriguez will be there for a year, Parker. He ain't going to get fired after a year? Bro, West Virginia had Neil Brown for 5 years. You know what the most wins that Neil Brown had in a year? Maybe 7 or 8. Okay? Neil Brown did well at Troy, then he moves to West Virginia, doesn't do well. But they had him for like 5 years. They bring back Rich Rod, who brought them to like BCS Bowls. They are not getting rid of Rich Rod unless it goes downhill the next 3 years. They will probably give him until year 4 because of who Rich Rod was for West Virginia. He ain't getting fired. Maybe eventually, but not this year, next year. Unless it's like they go 3-9 and 4-8, maybe. But I would not think that Rich Rod is getting fired. The NFC South will come down to the immovable object, the Saints building wins for the future, versus an unstoppable force, the Falcons winning after elimination. The Falcons also trying to ruining the Rams' draft position. That's the other thing, too. Not only did your win against the Rams hurt the Rams because hurt their playoff seeding, but also hurt their draft. I mean, you are their one hope of trying to get maybe a franchise quarterback for the future, and you're ruining it. Falcons, you are ruining the Rams' future, and we all thank you for that. Parker, is all college football bowl games over with yet this year? Yes. They finished up on Friday? Yeah, yesterday. Last bowl game was a Holiday Bowl. SMU ended up beating Arizona, so I got that prediction correct. Mississippi State got blown out. Well, Mississippi State almost came back on Wake Forest. And then, oh my gosh, the QB. I feel so bad for Mississippi State. So Mississippi State was 5-7 this year, and they accept to go to Duke's Mayo Bowl, which is like like, hey, good for you. Go to a bowl game, get more practice with your new QB. Well, not your new QB, but like your QB who's ascending. Can't remember his last name. His last name. I can't remember his first name, but his last name Taylor. Like about six. He's like 6'3", 6'4". Slender quarterback who's got great movability, all that kind of stuff. On the last drive of the game's already out of hand, but they still want to get some more practice for him. Dude, his leg just rolls over like this. I didn't check to make sure if it's even broken or whatnot, but like it's gonna be a long off season for him as far as like going through recovery. I don't know if he can be. I don't obviously like it's been since yesterday, so like I don't think there's been like another report that's been out like how long it's gonna take him to come back. But like the fact that you accepted the bowl game to get more practice to practice with your team, your young team, and then your QB for that team is gonna get injured for most of the offseason. That's what sucks. That's what really sucks. So I feel bad for Mississippi State. Wake Forest football, yes, they did. They beat Mississippi State. That's what I'm saying. It was Wake Forest almost gave it away. As Robbie Ashford being your QB, I have seen that a time or two where Robbie Ashford can oftentimes lead you to some success, but also give you heart palpitations because he would throw interceptions. Robbie Ashford was the Auburn quarterback for like half the season in 2022. Yep. Yeah. Because it was him and TJ Finley. Because he was like he came in 2021 every now and then, but 2022 was him and TJ Finley, and then 2023 and 2024 was Peyton Thorne. So yeah. How much is Alex Golich buyout? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can check and see. But he just got here. he just Alex Golich is not going to get fired for the next 3 years, if anything. I'm not the biggest fan, but let's see here. Let's just look what is fact his buyout. That's no way. All right, so let's see here. Hired for $42 million. So let's see if it says, nope. Why would I want to join your? I don't want to subscribe to anything. Just show me ads along the side right here, and I'll be fine. Well, that's not really telling me anything. Nope. Why are you not showing me anything? Look at this number right here, by the way. Last 3 firings alone total roughly $52 million. 21.5 for Gus Malzahn. At that time was like the number 2 most, I think. Brian Harsin was 15.3. Hugh Freeze was 15.8. So that's kind of crazy. Like, so that was 2020. That was 2022. Well, halfway through 2022. And then this one was this past year. That's how much money we've been spending on paying coaches. So it's not really telling me how much it actually is. I would assume it's not that big because Alex Golich doesn't have the almighty Jimmy Sexton being his agent. So I would assume not much. They are saying like that's I hate trying to use AI overview because I have no idea what they're talking about. But I don't know. No idea. But I'm not concerned with his buyout because there's no reason to be concerned with his buyout. Do I like Alex Golich? Not. I'll talk about it more in the video tomorrow, so I don't want to spoil what all I'm going to talk about. But I've talked about it before with Luke in particular because like we talked about this kind of stuff, especially like how Bama's doing, how Auburn's doing. Because him being a Bama fan, me being an Auburn fan, we give different perspectives than like the echo chamber that sometimes we can have being like only talking to Auburn fans, only talking to Bama fans. So it kind of gives us fresher perspective. But throughout the hiring process, I didn't want Alex Golich. And the reason why I didn't want Alex Golish was because there were certain things that were concerning to me. Now that we got him, I'm trying to keep expectations low while waiting for him to be able to prove himself. But there's two things, or really three things. I'll say the third thing. There's three things, the reason why I was iffy on Alex Golish. And I'll also reiterate these in the video that I have coming out Sunday. One, I don't mind if a person comes from the group of five, especially if they have Power Five experience. However, being a head coach at the Power Five or Power Four is different than the group of five. So that's number one. So obviously it is, yes, some people can make the jump, but there's always a risk at going after a person from group of five. Always will be. Always will be a risk. But like I said, we're in a position where we have to take risks because of our hiring practices have caused us to not be the most desirable job out there. So you got to take risks. So number one, I'm not as upset about, but it is a risk. Number two, Alex Golish was able to rebuild USF for sure. They have been like 2-win seasons in the previous couple of years, and then he comes in there, rebuilds them, and then this year they have a 10-win season. But his losses are what's concerning to me the most. His losses are against good teams, yes, but how they lost. And how they lost was by losing in the fourth quarter where they had a lead. They would have a lead and they would lose it. And if you're an Auburn fan that's had to deal with that the last couple of years, that is very concerning. Now, granted, you could say, well, he's an offensive guy. It's more so his defense that's letting up the leads. Sure, you could say that, and hopefully you'll be able to get that done with DJ Durkin where it's not going to be that big of a deal. But as someone who has been burned from Auburn football for letting up a lead, that's why I'm very concerned about that. I'm very concerned about Alex Golish and the fact that, in his losses, I think it was the Navy and then the one to Memphis. I think either Memphis or Tulane. He lost because they gave up the fourth quarter where they let them score like 17 points in the fourth quarter. So that's huge, huge concern for me. The last one, and the one that's not really concerned, but it kind of is. So the reason why Hugh Freeze was able to get certain players is because of the fact that, yes, Hugh's kind of a sleazeball, but he could always be on the fact of like, hey, when I was at Ole Miss, we had A.J. Brown, we had DK Metcalf, and then you see them in the NFL. And see how good they're doing in the NFL. So you can always bank on that and try to get good wide receiver prospects, while also handing the bag, while also being a little bit of sleazeball and not holding accountability. Alex Golish is from the Josh Heupel, train. I get that train, the tree, and their people that they've had is Cedric Tillman, which is like not really anything in the NFL, but like solid, I guess. And then Jalen Hyatt, who is a huge bust. And it's like, the problem I have with Alex Golish's offense is that, yes, it's good in college. It is. Able to scheme people up, that kind of stuff. But as far as getting people to want to come to your program because they know that they're going to be able to be basically put in the best situation to go to the NFL, that's a leg up for you as far as recruiting. If a recruit has a choice between going to Auburn or going to, say, a Texas, where Steve Sarkisian has a lot of pro concepts, has known to develop you as well, would you rather go to Texas or go to Auburn? If the money's the same, people are going to choose Texas because they know they can develop. They know that they can go into a situation where like they're going to actually be prepared for the NFL. And one of the problems with Dustin Malzahn's offense, in the same exact way, is that it did not prepare you at all for the NFL. Like Darius Slayton had to basically learn all the different routes because he didn't have those kind of routes. Listen to Sammy Coates. Sammy Coates had a few kind of routes that they made him run, and that was it. Like I said, he was not prepared for the NFL. But that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what's concerning to me. Is yes, will it work? Will it work yes, will it work in college? And like he's shown to put up with great numbers. Absolutely. But as far as like getting certain people to want to come to your school, you want to put in a situation of like you are going to be coached to be in the NFL. At Bama, if you came to Bama, especially on defense, you were set up for the NFL immediately because based upon his coaching, based upon the offensive coordinators that eventually he would get, thinking like Brian Daboll, that kind of stuff like that, you would get prepared for the NFL. And that's just what I want. I want us to have the kind of like best of both worlds. I think character-wise, Alex Scholes is the guy, and we're kind of seeing it right now. We're kind of weeding out some of the stuff that we desperately need to do. But he's going to hold people accountable. So I do believe in that. Like a no nonsense, but like also a player's coach. So as far as like the culture fit, it works. I still have some concerns that are we able to fix some of the situation? So fix some of the stuff that we have not been able to do. That's basically it. Where does DJ Durkin coach now? He's still our defensive coordinator. Yeah, we retained DJ Durkin. He's a defense coordinator. We've been able to help keep a lot of basically all of our freshman freshman defensive class outside of Donovan Starr. He's the only one that left. So DJ Durkin's still a defense coordinator. If you ever want to not have AI in your searches, at the end of your search, make sure you put at the end minus AI to ensure AI is added in the search. Oh, I didn't know that. So you just put like a negative AI or a subtraction AI, and it doesn't do that. That's nice. I didn't know that. One day closer to Black Monday. Can't wait to see if we fire or not. Yeah, fire. I don't know if I'll make a video on Monday or not because, like I said, we have professional development day, so we'll be done. What time are we gonna be done? Monday. We'll be there for basically the whole entire actual school day. So we'll be getting out by like 3 something, but still. I hope the Falcons do Emmanuel for your sake. Yeah. Everyone loves Lane Kiffin. Everyone does not love Lane Kiffin there, Parker. I'm sorry. Everyone does not love Lane Kiffin. I can tell you a couple of teams who do not like Lane Kiffin. Okay, so either don't love him or indifferent. USC, little indifferent. FAU, they kind of like Lane Kiffin because what he able to bring to that program. Alabama, kind of indifferent. There's a portion of them that want Lane Kiffin to take over for Kalen DeBoer, which ain't gonna happen anytime soon. He's not gonna jump ship from LSU to Alabama in 1 year. Then there's also like another half that's like Alabama's like, please don't touch him with the 10-foot pole. So yeah, like I said, I would say no, and then obviously like you have Tennessee, the Oakland Raiders, Ole Miss, who absolutely hate him with a burning passion and want him to die in a grave. They want him to be buried alive and die in that grave. So no, not everyone loves Lane Kiffin. He is a hot commodity, but that does not make him everyone loves him. Do I like Gene Chizik? Oh, buddy. Oh, I could talk about Gene Chizik. I'll do that. I'm doing that in another video, though. I won't talk about Gene Chizik that much. Gene Chizik will be in the Auburn being Auburn video that I'm going to be making. I think I'm posting it on MLK weekend. I'm pretty sure that's what I have it scheduled as. Be the next SEC lore drop, which is like, I'm going to try to do SEC lore at least once a month. And so it'll be around the time that I dropped the last one, so I think that's what I'm gonna try to post it on that Monday. But Gene Chizik, part of being Auburn, but just a quick little thing. Um, Gene Chizik was an amazing defensive coordinator. Amazing defensive coordinator. He led Auburn's defense, especially like the early 2000s defense. Then he left Auburn and became the Texas defense coordinator when Texas won the Rose Bowl and won the national championship game against USC. He was instrumental in that. Then he goes off. He becomes, like I said, the head coach at Iowa State. Awful tenure there. 5-19. Auburn hires him because of his connection to Auburn. First year, decent year. Start off 5-0, and then we end the season at I think we end the season 7-5 or something like that. And we win the Outback Bowl. My mom and my dad went to that game. That was a crazy game against Northwestern. And then 2010 happens, where Cam Newton becomes the quarterback. Very, very senior laden offensive line. The whole entire team. There's 17 returning starters on that 2019 to 2010, which gets so overlooked. Yes, Cam Newton was Cam Newton, Nick Fairley, the only two really NFL stars besides Josh Bynes had a really good career. That's what gets pointed out a lot. But people forget about the fact that it was a very senior class laden team. So you had all these people have been playing together for a while, and then you insert Cam, that takes him above everything else because he obviously was better than Chris Todd was in 2009. Anyways, but after the 2010 national championship game, and this is not me saying it, this is based upon how players have said, this is how Auburn football insiders have said, Gene Chizik changed after the national title, where he started to act more high and mighty, more all about him, that kind of stuff, that rubbed people the wrong way. So, no, I don't like Gene Chizik. I don't like Gene Chizik for a couple of reasons, but the locker room that he created after, they had a success, after they reached the pedestal, it also didn't help that Trooper Taylor definitely didn't help that situation either, but it was a toxic locker room that took over the team in 2012 that when they found out they were also bad, as well as a toxic locker room, it made for one of the worst seasons I've ever seen in my life. 3-9. 3-9, 2012, awful season, gets fired, and yeah. So, no, I don't like Gene Chizik. I appreciate what he did, don't like him though. You can use that technique, -4, to exclude results containing that word from a search, and it's great. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, I will definitely. Like I said, I'm definitely rooting for the Falcons. I can root for the Falcons. I will say this too. I can root for the Falcons a lot more than I can root for the Saints. I'll say that too. Do you like Gus Malzahn? Oh goodness. I'm trying to think if I'm adding Gus Malzahn to the Auburn being Auburn. Probably not. I'll probably end it with Gene Chizik. No, nah. Anyways, I also talk about anyways. Gus Malzahn is an enigma. The best way I can describe Gus Malzahn is an enigma. There are some times where you love Gus Malzahn, and you can't. I mean, the Gus bus, and you just gotta you just gotta get on. It's gonna be a crazy ride, but you gotta get on. It's gonna be amazing. 2013, 2014, first half of 2014, 2017, 2019. And unfortunately for some Auburn fans, they have rose-colored glasses. They look at that for Gus Malzahn, and they think that was it for Gus Malzahn. They're like, Gus Malzahn had us going da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. And why did we get rid of him? Oh, we were so stupid to get rid of him. No. You are looking at it through rose-colored glasses. You're looking at rose-colored glasses that Gus Malzahn should have never gotten fired. He should have gotten fired. The problem is who he hired afterwards. It was not a bad decision to fire him. It was a bad decision of who we hired. The thing with Gus Malzahn is, I want you to look back, and I'm going to go down memory lane for you. 2013, 2017, 2019. All odd number years. Why is that important? Because odd number years are when we host Georgia and Alabama. Super duper important in this rivalry, especially for the last 20 years. Because we rarely have been able to, actually, in the last 20 years, we haven't beaten Georgia at Georgia, and we've only beaten Alabama at Alabama 3 years? Yes. We've only beaten Alabama at Alabama 3 years in the last 20 years, and those 3 times, no, 2 times. Let's see. 06. We lost 08. Yeah, we only beat, in the last 20 years, we've only beaten Alabama twice at their home stadium. Twice. So, the reason why I bring this up is because we'd only have good seasons on those odd years, except for 2015. 2015 was horrible. But we could never be consistent enough. Okay, so 2013, making that championship game his first year. Holy crap, amazing. Ah, great. 2014, we start off amazing. Okay, we start off hot. Oh, we lose to Mississippi State. Mississippi State was pretty good that year with Chris Jones at defensive tackle and Dak Prescott at quarterback. We screwed that one over. It's okay. We beat Ole Miss. Ole Miss was also good that year. We break Laquan Treadwell's leg, and that definitely helped us win. And then we won. We're still top 10. Okay, we're still top 10. We still have a chance of making it into the college football playoff. So have a great team going back to the college football playoff. We lost again. Okay, well, we still have a great season. We could still possibly make it in. And then we lose to Texas A&M, where Texas A&M was not good that year, and we basically fumbled the game away because the fumble snapped by Reese Muse to Nick Marshall, and also we had another turnover too that basically screwed the game over. So we go on a losing streak in 2014, where I think it was a 4-game losing streak. It was a 4-game losing streak. Texas A&M lost to Georgia, lost to Alabama. That was that 55-44 Iron Bowl. And then in the bowl game, we lose to Wisconsin to Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon he already had the game of his life earlier that season, but he ran roughshod on our defense. 2015, a lot of that core from 2014, the offense leaves. We still have an amazing defense where Will Muschamp becomes defense coordinator in 2015, and our offense is awful. It is abysmal in 2015. We don't have a quarterback because at the start of 2015, the hype for Jeremy Johnson to be a Heisman candidate, 2015. Holy crap, I still remember that. The first game played Louisville. Carl Lawson either breaks his leg or something like that, but basically our star pass rusher is done for the season. And also in that first game was when Lamar Jackson got his first time playing. He played the whole entire second half in Louisville. So that's why I got to find out about Lamar Jackson. I fell in love with him in his rookie year. It was his freshman year, his first ever game, because he kind of carved us up a little bit in the second half. But we won that game. We go through that season. We end the season 6-6, and then we go on to beat Memphis in the Birmingham Bowl. So we still have a winning record, but it's not looking good. Holy crap! We went from national championship to losing the Outback Bowl to just barely winning the Birmingham Bowl, and then 2016 we start off not that great. 2016 is interesting too because I will talk about Gus Malzahn being Auburn, but 2016 week 2 or week 3, maybe week 4. And Coach Ed Orgeron just had a interview with the Bussin' with the Boys talking about it too. But 2016, LSU Auburn, LSU barely loses to Auburn in Auburn, where they snapped the ball, but unfortunately, like I said, the zero's on the clock, and they had thrown a touchdown, so they thought they had won, but the review showed that they didn't snap the ball before the clocks hit zero. That game was going to decide if we fired Gus Malzahn then, or if LSU was going to fire Les Miles. That's what was coming into that game. That's how crucial that game was. After that game, after the game of 2016, LSU fires Les Miles. Um, Coach Ed Orgeron becomes head coach. I want to talk about I'll talk about this eventually with the SEC with the SEC lore eventually maybe. But after that game, Auburn goes on a little bit of a run in 2016 where we have a revolving door at QB, but Kerryon Johnson pretty much leads the team, especially after that blowout against Arkansas. I'm the reason I'm not looking at the cameras. I'm trying to remember everything while I'm talking. Auburn loses the Iron Bowl, loses against Georgia, and Kirby Smart's first year as head coach for Georgia. And we are the representation to go to Sugar Bowl. I go to that game with my mom, and we lose that game to Oklahoma, where Baker Mayfield's is the quarterback in his first year back at Oklahoma, and also this was where Joe Mixon was the running back for Oklahoma. Should have got suspended, but was able to play in that game. This was after he had beat his pregnant girlfriend. And so there was a lot of Auburn fans calling him wife beater, which obviously is not his wife, but they just made a wife beater thing. Now I remember that. That's a core memory of mine. And people booing while he was on the field the whole entire time. But anyways, and so 2017 had an amazing season. We win back-to-back against the number one teams, Georgia and Alabama. Alabama game, I'm going through a lot of things, but Alabama game, Kerryon Johnson gets a little banged up. We go into the SEC championship game, get absolutely boat raced by Georgia, 28-7, where Georgia able to get their revenge. We go from number 2 to number 6. We were a 2-loss team, but we still had a chance. At that point in time, we just won the SEC championship game. We would have been the number 2 seed. We would have been the first two-loss team in the college football playoff. Then we go to the Peach Bowl, lose the Peach Bowl to UCF, which incidentally, we lose the Peach Bowl to UCF. Who is on the staff of UCF? Well, it is in fact Josh Heupel and not Auscos just yet, but the offensive lineman for UCF, the left guard for UCF, when UCF beats Auburn, is now Auburn's offensive line coach. A little interesting tidbit right there. But yeah, so that happens. We're demoralized. We could have played for the national title. Instead, we're playing for the Peach Bowl. 2018, awful year. Awful year. 7-5. I talked about this with the 2018 Tennessee game. That's by far one of the worst games I've ever seen in my whole entire life, where just felt like everything was going wrong. And we ended Tennessee's losing streak in the SEC. All this kind of stuff was an awful game. But we win the bowl game, where we win against Purdue. Aiden O'Connell was the quarterback for Purdue. I believe who was a wide receiver at Purdue? Can't remember his name. He was Rondell Moore. He was the wide receiver at Purdue at that time. And I remember that game in particular because Darius Slayton had a Randy Moss stat line. He had like 3 catches, 3 touchdowns for like 100-something yards. So Darius Slayton made himself a lot of money in the NFL draft by getting him drafted way higher than he probably should have. But 2018 bowl game, Music City Bowl against Purdue. This is the last time we have won a bowl game. It's been since 2018. Okay, so let me just tell you something. Okay, so it's been since 2017 since the Panthers have been in the playoffs. Well, it's been since 2017. It's been since 2015 since we actually won a playoff game. And it's been since 2018 since Auburn has won a bowl game. So it's been a while since I've seen a lot of success. It's been a very long time since I've seen a lot of success. But anyways, go back to the game. So 2019, Bo Nix's freshman year. We have an amazing defense. We're actually the only team that came close to beating LSU that year. We lost 23-20. And our defense was so good that we rushed three. We're still getting after Joe Burrow. And then Georgia tried to do that in the SEC championship game, failed miserably because Kirby was like, "Oh, let's just do what Kevin Stewart decided to do with our defense." Didn't work at all. Anyways, and I'm trying to talk fast and try to get past it because, like I said, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about best balls on. But 2019, fail again. There starts to be this thing that starts bubbling up to the surface where it's like, okay, we keep on getting close, but not close enough. And then now we're getting to a situation where are we able to actually develop? We haven't been able to develop a really good quarterback. We've got Bo Nix right here, who's a legacy. He's a legacy kid who's the best quarterback that we've ever brought in here. And can we be able to develop him? And also the fact of like, okay, well, we're also not really recruiting a lot of offensive linemen, and we're starting to have offensive line troubles. And so now we're having a situation where we're not able to do what we need to do. 2020 happens. That's this COVID year. We go six. We go. What was it? 5-5? No, we go 6-4, and then we lose in the bowl game to make it 6-5. And that was the last year. That was when Gus Malzahn got fired. And the reason why I'm agreeing because we fired him is because of the fact of like we weren't able to develop. We weren't able to reach that next step. We could only be good when we hosted Alabama, when we hosted Georgia, but we're still falling behind, and we needed to move on. And then we just screwed up the hires. And I'll talk about it in a second, but I've already been kind of ranting and raving. Where was that before? Nice, didn't know that. Got to that next time I search anything. Thank you all. Root for the best for y'all in the playoffs. Zoe, hope you get the 1 seed locked up. And Dobie, hope you guys mollywop out the Packers. Well, they played the Lions. And you, Ryan, too. Hope we can sweep the Saints and help you get the playoffs. But I swear, if this is the reason we keep... if you're coming for me because you kept a pretty good head coach, then I will take that. I'm just kidding. Thanks, Emmanuel, and I'm also rooting for your Bears, Dobie. Is Auburn University students back on campus yet or not? No, Parker, they're not back on campus, mainly because, like I said, you got classes don't start until when do classes start? I don't know. I had been on Auburn's campus since last year. I'm pretty sure they come back sometime this upcoming week. No, they come up sometime next week. I think it is next week when they start back. Also, I'm rooting for Broncos as well for you, Zoe. Hope the Falcons can help Ryan and make Emmanuel happy by screwing the Rams. I want the Rams bounced in the first round, and the Pats. Is that too much to ask for? Probably not, actually. It probably might happen. Dang it, Pats will probably play the Chargers. I don't think it's happening. I'll be rooting for the Chargers if they're playing the Pats, and so will my dad. I think the Chargers defense is going to cause Drake Mason problems, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull out the upset. I believe we will be rooting against the Patriots. It's way too early for them to be back. Exactly. The fact that some Patriots fans are like, oh, we're like the team that people could be rooting for because we lost like 14 games the past 2 seasons. No one cares. People just don't want you to be bad. As he says, his favorite team is the Broncos. His second favorite is whoever beat the Pats. And his third favorite is whoever beat the Cowboys. That's very fair. Is Dobie. They have 20-year dynasty. They can survive being bad for a while longer. And unfortunately, not going to happen because they made a good hire. They made a really good hire by getting their head coach and their quarterback. And unfortunately, we will have to deal with the Patriots for a little while longer. Now, I will say, I do think the Patriots are overachieving because of how bad their schedule is, which I talked about in the offseason, but I did think that they were going to be 10-7 and barely miss on the playoffs, but they ended up becoming the second seed, so I was a little bit wrong on that. But I did point out how them and the 49ers would be better teams, be playoff, well, I said 49ers for sure playoff teams because based on the fact that their schedule was strong and soft, which it is. So I'm concerned about both those teams going into the playoffs. Anyways, Yeah, I'm just. Oh, I got off a lot of my chest talking about the Auburn Tigers, but yes, Boston fans get one Drake May, and all of a sudden they think they're the God's gift to football. Well, no, sorry, they get Drake May. Sorry, Drake May May. Sorry if you don't know. They get him, and what's funny is that you already have some people. It's only the second year, but some people who are already saying like, "Oh, if we did an NFL redraft, we would have taken Drake May in your first overall." And I'm saying to myself, okay, here's the problem with that. You take away the development that Drake May had while he was at the Patriots. You might not like Alex Van Pelt, but Drake May changed up his throwing motion. He changed up a lot of things that were the problems that he had at North Carolina. And with what has happened with Caleb Williams and his first year there, do you honestly think that Shane Waldron, if Shane Waldron would have been the OC if they took a Drake May, or the problems that Caleb Williams said, talked about his first year, that would have helped out Drake May? No. Drake May also right now is in a very, very QB friendly system with Josh McDaniels, where Josh McDaniels is not a head coach, but he's a dadgum good offensive coordinator. So I'm just saying, give context to when people do this. I hate the concept of doing a redraft. I hate that because I think that's like it's totally like disregarding any of the coaching that you got from said program. It's like, for instance, the people who say, "Oh, if Patrick Mahomes just got drafted by the Bears in the second overall, then the Bears would have had some Super Bowls." No, no, because you think about the fact of like Patrick Mahomes didn't have to start right away. Yes, you look at the Matt Nagy situation and be like, well, Matt Nagy would have gotten Patrick Mahomes. Yes. But Matt Nagy is not the sole reason why Patrick Mahomes improved. It's Andy Reid, Matt Nagy, Eric Bieniemy, and so on and so forth. He doesn't have that at the Bears. He doesn't have the weapons that he had when he was young at the Chiefs to help him elevate his game. So just stating that, oh, well, Patrick Mahomes was always going to be this good. No, he needed to improve. He needed to work on his craft in his rookie year, where he had Alex Smith, who also was a very important, vital part of his development because you had the veteran be able to teach you. Is Patrick Mahomes going to get that with Mike Glennon? No. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's frustrating to me when people do like their redraft, like, oh, would you redraft or something like that, and they totally take away what like worked for them. So like, for instance, for me, whenever I'm doing like, talking about um, whenever I'm talking about like, draft prospects, stuff like that, I always mention the fact of how how I need them to develop. When I talk about Drake May and his year, I talked about Drake May and I was like, look, Drake May is not, in my opinion, the tier one just yet. And I talked about it. I was like, tier one to me was someone who's like ready for the NFL right here, right now. And I had Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. Both of them had amazing rookie years. Sure, you can talk about Caleb Williams, but like Caleb Williams, as far as his rookie year, how his rookie year actually went, he was ready for the NFL. He still needed having some improvement. He was ready for the NFL. Jaden Daniels just shot out a cannon in his rookie year, had an amazing rookie year. Drake May needed time to sit behind a veteran, needed time to perfect his craft, because otherwise he was going to get killed in the NFL because of how, dude, oh my gosh, I still remember it. Like, the Drake May, as strong as his arm was, his windup, his release was so slow, and I was like, you can't have that in the NFL because the windows are much smaller. They're able to get to you faster than just you going against the ACC. And I was like, he needs to fix that, and he's able to fix that. He completely, like, if you look at how Drake May was in college compared to now, his release is so much faster, and his pocket awareness has gotten significantly better because his pocket awareness was crap in North Carolina, and so he desperately needed to fix that, and he was able to fix that in the NFL. Like that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why I try to say like I think that people are are just like totally just like not even worried about coaching, and they're like, okay, well now because that player is like this right now, it's what they were always going to be. No, that's not the case. Not. Uh, Drake May, yes. Put some respect on Drake. Drake May May. Um, what was talking about? I don't care how likable Drake May is. I will never let the Pats. Did look up by having to face the teams they got. True. Like I said, when you're at the bottom of your division, you definitely get a more favorable schedule. Um, the AFC North, the Saints, and twice the Jets and Dolphins. Exactly. Drake May just got lucky going to the team where they actually cared about developing a QB. Bears said, "You got some good pieces on offense, a bad defense, and a drunk guy head coach. Save our team." Exactly. Like I said, you need it. You need more development, and you finally are getting that though. Yeah, but that defense from 2018, yes, that defense definitely was good. Definitely would have helped. But would you have gotten everything? Would you have gotten everything for? Um, would you have gotten the Patrick Mahomes you had right now in Chicago? I don't think so. Based upon like the weapons that you have had, and based upon like even the offensive line, compare the offensive lines of the Chicago Bears compared to the Chiefs when Mahomes was going through his young phase. So is not in comparison. And also your head coach, not even close. Not even close. Andy Reid's by far way better of a head coach compared to like what Matt Nagy could think that he could possibly be. Zoe, yep, that's the frustration I feel when Elway says that he regrets not drafting Josh Allen. Like he did so much work to be who he is now. There is no guarantee we've been able to develop him at all. Exactly. And that's the reason why, like, I've thought about making a video of like the worst decision made by each team since 2000, but like most of that just goes into like retrospective, like no, oh, what could have happened, that kind of stuff, and I'm like, I just can't. I don't think I could like legitimately go through with it because I just feel like that would be not disingenuous, isn't the word I'm looking for, but I think it would just wouldn't be right because like to be like, well, like one of the worst decisions in my mind, it was like just a random one. Well, mainly go from A, so I actually have made a list about it. Arizona Cardinals. A lot of people mentioned about the fact of taking Josh Rosen. A lot of people mentioned the fact of uh, hiring Steve Wilkes in the first place. A lot of people mentioned about the fact of like taking Kyler Murray. My thing was that's a little bit more, uh, a little bit better. My thing was more the fact of in 2016, Bruce Arians retires, Carson Palmer retires, and basically they're going through a huge upheaval. And the Cardinals decide they're going to let Calais Campbell walk. In my mind, especially how like maybe they thought that Calais Campbell didn't still have it, obviously still does, but like Calais Campbell was a huge part of that Jacksonville, like Saxonville, like he was a huge part of that because like he goes to the office and goes to Jacksonville. In my mind, if possibly Jacksonville, well not Jacksonville, if the Cardinals had taken um, if the Cardinals had paid Calais Campbell, that would have greatly benefited their defense. They also had gotten Robert Kindici. Obviously, he didn't work out in the NFL, but who knows? Maybe if you have Calais Campbell there, he's able to be the veteran leader that you need him to be. Basically, what he's been for Walter Nolan right now. Basically, what he's been for Walter Nolan right now, which is a person who been able to vastly help him out as far as like show him what needs to be done, as far as like giving like basically like being the starter, but also like giving like walking with some like kind of tips, coaching him up. Like I'm not saying that Kendichi would have been working out, but like I'm saying like it would have vastly improved your defense. That by the time that Steve Wilkes would have been your head coach, if you would have been your head coach, that would have vastly improved your defense. And who knows, maybe he could have stayed your head coach instead of you trying to chase after Cliff Kingsbury. I don't know. Can JPJ win Defensive Rookie this year? Um, Maybe. Defensive Rookie of the Year is going to be a lot harder than Offensive Rookie of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year is pretty much just somebody from the NFC South. It's either going to be Terry McMillan, he just reached 1,000, Mecca Buka, who's kind of like fallen off in the last couple of basically last month, or Tyler Shuck, which Tyler Shuck apparently has the best odds right now. Defensive Rookie of the Year usually does go to the person who has the most sacks. So on that hand, I could agree with you that JPJ could win it. But right now, I would say top 5 defensive rookie of the year. JPJ, I would say I'm going through the teams. Like I'm trying to think off the top of my head. No, he's not a rookie. Maybe someone would say Jahad Cam, but I'd probably say no. But you could probably say they wouldn't say Donovan is a Rocket either. No Andre Carter. Nobody on the Commanders. NFC North. No. So there are not as many. I thought there was a lot more candidates than I thought, but I'm not thinking of any. NFC West, obviously Nick and Milwari. That's a huge one that people are talking about as potentially be defensive rookie of the year. Malik Collins has no shot, but I love me some Malik Collins for the 49ers. Really only 2 people in the NFC. Is there anybody in the AFC that I'm not thinking about? AFC defensive rookies. No, there's not really ones that I'm thinking of. I went to the AFC South. AFC East, I'm not really thinking of anybody. AFC East has like not really anybody that I can think of. Because I mean Harrison's been out. Jets, no, because like I said, they took Armand Mimbu, and as much as I love Malachi Moore, he's not even close. JPJ at this moment looks like the person that I think probably is going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, unless like there's another like betting favorite. Maybe Nick and Milwari, but I wouldn't think so. AFC North would be Derek Harmon. Definitely not Mike Green. Mason Graham, no, from the Browns either. And for AFC West, no. So yeah, JPJ probably should win it. I just say Carson. Oh, Schlesinger. Yes. Oh, I was thinking of Mason Graham because he was the first round pick. Carson Schlesinger probably will be rookie of the defensive rookie of the year. Yep. Yep. Okay. So that's fair. I was wrong. I was thinking of Mason Graham. So yeah. between JPJ and Carson Schlesinger, but Carson Schlesinger is the leader, or one of the leaders for one of the best defenses in the league, and it's been a while since they've done a linebacker. I believe the last linebacker was, if I'm not mistaken, was Luke Kuechly. I think. Am I right on that one? Also, I'm very glad I was right about Carson Schlesinger. Um, but I think the last linebacker rookie that won, unless it was Roquan Smith. Did Roquan Smith win it in 2018? He might have won it in 2018. Anyways, yeah, I have been talking for a little bit actually. Now I think about it, but I've been mostly ranting. I'll give that. I've been mostly ranting about Auburn football that I will eventually be doing in two other videos. One that'll be coming out tomorrow sometime. Don't know when they'll do it tomorrow, and then another one coming out MLK weekend. And it'll be kind of be funny on the MLK weekend. Not funny, but like there was really a couple of incidents in the Auburn being Auburn video where what's the best way to put this? Racism is a part of it. Of sometimes Auburn being Auburn, of just being ridiculous, and you know, um, yeah, there is a scandal that I briefly mentioned in the SEC lore for the out for Alabama for how Auburn got into a big hot mess that has a racial issue that's part of it, um, a part of scandal, and then hiring Gus, not hiring Gus, hiring Gene Chiswick also caused a little bit of a backlash for Auburn being not really racist, but more so um, not giving a chance to an African American head coach that most people thought was going to Auburn, but instead going for an underperformer for someone you have more ties to. That's the best way to put that. Turner Gill. Look up Turner Gill and his almost being Auburn's head coach. Anyways, let's see here. Xavier Watts should be the defensive very good rookie of the year for his 5 picks for sure. Can I ask a question about college? Oh, no problem there, Doby. I was someone. Sorry. I saw someone call the University of South Carolina the real USC, and while the West Coast of America took a lot longer to settle on the East Coast, I feel like the real USC is Southern California. Get all their titles in more major sports in South Carolina, Southern California. I understand that there's a huge debate between Southern California and South Carolina. In my mind, I mean, I use USC for the Trojans. I just say South Carolina, or I say the Gamecocks for South Carolina. Like, I don't usually use USC when I'm referring to South Carolina. But part of it is just because, like, what has always been the case is always been the case is like if you see the USC, you're going to see the Trojans. If you see USC, are you going to see the old school USC of the Gamecocks, or are you going to see the USC of the Trojans? I see the USC of the Trojans because, like, that's the actual logo. The Gamecocks logo is an actual Gamecock, so that's usually why I use the Gamecocks. Now, I will say this, and I'm not embarrassed by it, but it is a little tidbit, and I'll show in a second. Hold a second. Watts is tied second in the league for interceptions with 5. Yep, tied with 5 others. One of those being the J.C. Horn, only behind Kevin Byard. All right, so I'm going to show, in case y'all might not be able to see it, but so Gamecocks logo. So you see how, let me show. You see how right here, like obviously you can see the chicken head right here. Let me see if I can maybe make it a little bit bigger. Command positive, 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 positive. There we go. All right, so you see how you can see the chicken head right here? Okay, chicken head right here. When I was younger, and I mean like 2010, 2011, so like I was 10 or 11 years old, my focus never went on the chicken head. My focus always went on this right here, and I thought these were ears. So I thought this was supposed to be an eye, like the black feathers right here. I thought this was supposed to be an eye. This was supposed to be ears, and I thought it was a weird looking dragon because I didn't know what a gamecock was. I had no idea what a gamecock was. So I'm looking at this logo right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but like I saw these top feathers as ears, this as some weird looking eyes, and this is a snout, not even looking at the face. And I thought it was a dragon. I've never said that to anybody in my life, but I decided to just say it right now. But that's how dumb I was as a kid. I thought that was a dragon because I didn't know what a gamecock was. Like I said, I was kind of sheltered, so I wouldn't know about cockfighting. But I didn't know what a gamecock was. Yeah, so yeah, I said I knew about the Gamecocks, but I didn't know what a Gamecock was, and so that's why I was confused by their logo. I thought it was a dragon. But I've spoken for quite some time after this game's been done, and this has been a what's the word I want to use? This has been a rough day for sure. But hopefully tomorrow will be good, where I can celebrate us winning the division. But maybe not. I don't know. Uh, I have to believe. I love that. I love this dragon interpretation. I mean, it looked like a dragon to me when I was a kid. It looked like a dragon. It looked like said, you know how sometimes you can like look at like a fold of a clothes and you can like picture like an image or picture a face. That's what I pictured. I pictured a dragon. Maybe it's because I'm just more imaginative than maybe South Carolina should not have been the Gamecocks. Should have been the Dragons. Maybe they would have won a national title by now. Um, I'm pretty sure they have won a national title, but it's been a while. It's probably around the same exact time that Georgia had before Georgia won theirs back to back in 2021 and 2022. I'm sick and tired of showing the Bucks. I don't want the Bucks to win the dadgum division. Saying Dragons are cool, yes, Dragons are cool. If the Bucks win the dadgum division again, I'm gonna be sick to my stomach. I'm gonna be sick to my stomach that we let the Bucks win the division again because we couldn't deliver. That's gonna tick me off. Anyways, I've been speaking for a long time. I'm tired. I'm more so just like upset and tired at the same time. So that's part of it. But still, I will see y'all tomorrow. I'll be streaming the noon on Central Time, Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Saints Falcons, and I'll be streaming the Sunday Night Football game to see who is actually in, who from the AFC North and who from the AFC South is actually in. So I will see y'all then.